इमेजिन करो एक इंटरनेशनल कंपटीशन है और वो कंपटीशन के 2 महीने पहले आपके साथ एक मेजर एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है और आप एक व्हील चेयर पे आ जाते हो। अब बहुत सारे लोग इस सिचुएशन में गिव अप कर देंगे कि हम इस साल नहीं अगले साल compete करेंगे, बट हमारी आज की गेस्ट ने ऐसा नहीं किया। She stood up and she competed and she won gold for India in that international competition which was the AWPC Russia 2019. हमारी आज की गेस्ट हरनीत कौर is a champion powerlifter. She is not only a powerlifter, she is also a coach, she is also a mother and she is also a steadfast athlete. हम जानेंगे उनकी जर्नी के बारे में। We are going to be talking a lot about the myths that are related to strength training और powerlifting. हम उनकी जर्नी के बारे में जानेंगे, उन्होंने कैसे डिप्रेशन के साथ फाइट किया इस बारे में जानेंगे। There is so much that is going to happen on this episode. Welcome to the Steadfast. सो हरनीत, आपने अपने करियर की स्टार्ट की एज अ बैंकर। लोग यूजुअली उल्टा करते हैं, वो स्टार्ट करते हैं फिटनेस से और फिर उसके बाद अपना करियर डिसाइड करते हैं। आपने पूरी स्क्रिप्ट ही फ्लिप कर दी। आपने पहले बैंकर से स्टार्ट किया एंड देन यू डिसाइडेड कि मुझे फिटनेस में जाना है। तो ऐसा क्या हुआ कि आपने डिसाइड किया कि मुझे फिटनेस में ही अब एंटर करना चाहिए? व्हाट वाज दैट टर्निंग पॉइंट फॉर यू?
See, I've been in sports. मैं शुरू से sports में हूँ. Even while my schooling, my college, like I used to be a sports captain and participated in all kind of sports. So when I became a banker, because that was a family's choice, that oh, it's a very good job and stuff. But I was a very good performer too. But I never felt that this is something that I can relish for lifetime. So and parallelly of course I was always a part of sports. मैं कुछ ना कुछ करती रहती थी अपनी activity के लिए. Sadly I lost my father during this time and because of acute stress, acute depression, I gained a lot of weight, maybe stress eating or not eating on time and a lot of things happening in life, a lot of sudden responsibilities on my head led to my bad health. So that's one day I went to a gym and I started working out. I really enjoyed. मुझे काफी like I felt कि मेरा stress level थोड़ा सा low हुआ. Like internally I felt very very comfortable, very happy. And वो कुछ time था when I was not thinking that what happened in my life or what major change has happened in my life. I was all with myself that time. So slowly, like, every day I thought, I started going to the gym very regularly then. And I was able to overcome my depression that time. So that's when my mother also told me that, I'm very happy that you're looking much different, much more relaxed. And it's not that you forget what happened in your life,
Absolutely.
but I think you're able to deviate your mind into something else. And of course, scientifically proven exercises do release hormones that can make you happy, make you stress-free. And exactly why I started enjoying that state of mind, being stress-free and seeing that, like, because of stress, I think I gained almost about 12-15 kgs of weight. And that was like the worst shape of my life. I didn't look good. I didn't feel good. But when I started working out, my fitness में आई, and I was not doing exercising just for a weight loss. I was sports में शुरू से होने के करके I understood body की पूरी biology. I used to understand how is this positively impacting on me, my shape, my mindset, everything. And that's when I started training seriously. I did fitness certifications and slowly started training people as well. And that's where from a banker, I became a fitness coach.
Okay, so it turned into a passion for you slowly.
Exactly, yes.
और बहुत अच्छा point है. If you do not enjoy what you do, आप एक average person 24 से 25 की एज से काम करना स्टार्ट करता है और रिटायरमेंट एज 60 है.
True.
तो आप अपनी लाइफ के 30-35 years you are going to be doing what you choose as your career. तो अगर आप उसको लेके पैशनेट ही नहीं हो तो आप अगले 30-35 साल वो काम कैसे करोगे?
Exactly. So now it's been, I think, 14-15 years. Professionally, I've been working. But, even if you would ask me कि आपको कितना time हो गया काम करते हो, I literally have to, count back because even though I've been working for so long, but मुझे अब realize नहीं होता because ever since then I've been into fitness and wellness, and I've never felt like I'm literally working. I enjoy because while training others, I literally enjoy. You see somebody changing positively, their body changing, their mindset changing, how they feel. I mean, it's a total different feeling.
Yeah. तो अब हम पैशन की बात कर रहे हैं. बहुत लोग होते हैं जो अपनी जॉब छोड़ के अपने पैशन को फॉलो करना चाहते हैं लेकिन छोड़ नहीं पाते हैं क्योंकि जॉब और पे चेक के साथ जो स्टेबिलिटी आती है वो हर किसी में हिम्मत नहीं होती टू गिव अप. बट यू टुक अ वेरी बिग जंप एंड यू डिसाइडेड कि मैं अपनी एक स्टेबल पे चेक छोड़ के मैं फिटनेस में जाऊंगी. तो व्हाट मेड यू डू दैट? हाउ डिड यू गेट दैट करेज?
So I'll say, like, you know, मेरी हमेशा आदत है that I don't just suddenly quit anything. Even though I wanted to transition from a professional banker's career to a fitness coach. And of course, we all know as a fitness coach, we never start with stability.
Right.
You know, it's like you really do not know that are you going to even earn something out of it. And of course, nobody wants to train with a trainer who does not have an experience when you're just starting off. So yeah, I have always this habit, you know, multiple things that I keep doing. I was running my own business as well, and which was doing pretty well. I was into hospitality business. I was running quite a lot of guest houses and PGs, and it was doing well. And side by side, this hustle of fitness was going on. And fortunately, I say it fortunately because in India, you know, female trainers, coaches are not there. बहुत ज़्यादा है नहीं. 10 years, because I'm talking about almost 10, 14 years, you know, back I'm talking. आज की डेट में तो आपको फिर भी मिल जाते हैं फीमेल कोचेस वगैरह, बट उस टाइम पे नहीं मिलते थे. सो आई वाज लकी द मोमेंट आई अप्रोच्ड you know, a corporate, I wanted them that, can I work with you as a fitness coach? They were like very happy that, okay, even if you don't have experience, just please come, because they needed fitness coaches. Now that experience gave me a professional exposure. I learned a lot during that job. I learned a lot. I was on the floor working with a lot of different kind of people, men, women, people with medical conditions, non-medical condition staff. It was a good exposure, and it helped me gain a lot of confidence as well. So yeah, उससे भी फिर मुझे एक like, you know, fixed paycheck आने लग गया. And around that, now a lot of things are happening. I do run a fitness YouTube channel. I do personal trainings. I do group trainings. Fortunately, I am able to withdraw more than what my corporate job would have given me. So by God's blessing, and I'll definitely say a lot of hard work has gone into it.
Absolutely. No doubts about that. So basically, Harneet, moral of the story is you take the risk, you trust in yourself, and maybe deadlifts will pay your bills.
I'm damn sure about it.
Okay, moving on to the next question then. I think आपको powerlifting belt की नहीं, आपको superwoman cape की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि आप एक business woman हैं, आप एक powerlifter हैं, आप एक coach mentor हैं, then you're also a mom to a toddler. तो आप इतना सब कुछ manage कैसे करती हैं?
I'll say it's not easy, but I do have you know, one problem. I'll say, like, if I've invested my time, myself in anything in my life, I'll go all out, and I try my best to fetch the maximum and the best out of it. And yes, I'll say a good family, you know, my husband, my overall, like my in-laws side, and I've had a loving family.
Right.
Be it my side or my in-laws side, they're very loving and very supportive. And I think when you are confident about what you're doing, your family they're also confident about it. So you have the full support. So yes, support system has been like the major pillar of my life all through till now.
And rightly said, I think the best plans are the plans that do not have a backup plan. So you have to jump completely into what you decide to do. और उसके बाद जो होगा देखा जाएगा.
I agree.
और मैं नाम नहीं लूंगी किसी का, लेकिन कुछ लोग हैं जो जिम की मेंबरशिप भी लेके बैठे हैं, नेटफ्लिक्स की मेंबरशिप भी लेके बैठे हैं, बट सिर्फ एक ही मेंबरशिप यूज कर पा रहे हैं और वो जिम की नहीं है.
Exactly. That is true. I agree. And, you know, I think most of us do, you know, go through this phase as well, जहाँ पर हम करना चाहते हैं, but we keep doing it, keep करेंगे, but that never happens. And I think the right time will never ever in life come. You really have to make it right away.
I'm taking notes. क्योंकि नेटफ्लिक्स की मेंबरशिप मेरे पास है. तो हरनीत, अब थोड़ा पावर लिफ्टिंग में जूम इन करते हैं. तो जब आप पावर लिफ्टर की बात करते हैं तो कोई भी एक औरत को इमेजिन नहीं करता, एक 120 किलो के आदमी को इमेजिन करता है. हम 10-15 साल पहले की बात कर रहे हैं. यू वर वन ऑफ द अर्ली वुमेन जो पावर लिफ्टिंग में एंटर कर रहे थे. सो आपने क्या क्या challenges face करे as a woman and how did it feel like to be in a male dominated sport?
Right. So, जब मैंने जिमिंग स्टार्ट करी, like I mentioned to you ना, जब like when I just started working out and stuff, so I was again fortunate to have one of the coaches जो वहाँ पर ही जिम में ट्रेनिंग करवाते थे. He noticed my lifts and all, and somehow मुझे भी नहीं पता था, unintentionally whenever I used to lift, I used to feel very good, you know, that dopamine rush, I'll say. It used to feel good. My lifting was good when he noticed all my lifts. So I used to do deadlifts, I used to do squats, bench, all of them. And he told me that, you know, and without charging me or anything, he started training me.
Okay.
He told like, मुझे बिना बोले भी that he's training me, he would come and help me out, and he would train. So day by day, you know, we had a proper schedule कि ऐसे ही training करना है and all of that. And I think one fine day he tells me कि ये competition हो रहा है, you have to go do this competition. I said, how can I compete? I mean, and you know, a lot of people around would literally tell me कि आप दिखते तो इतने पतले से छोटे से हो, and how can you even lift this much weight and stuff.
Right.
So वही हुआ, like somehow out of a respect for that coach, उनके करके मैं इस competition का part बन गई. And वहाँ पे when I went, so there were like huge people, bulky
Right.
people eating a lot of rice. So वो फटाफट like, you know, pre-work उसमें अपना they were eating a lot of rice and heavy things, and huge fat people, strong people. And I was thinking कि यार मैं कहाँ, how can I even fit into this? But he said you go there and go lift. I went, and when you're on the stage तो वो एक होता है that you have to perform the best. So जो भी मेरी lifting थी gym में, maybe 25-30% better than that I could perform on the stage, and I won a medal.
Wow.
In my category I won gold. तो बस वहाँ से वो एक लत लग गई कि, you know, okay sir, अब जो next competition होएगा please मुझे बताना. I started playing nationals. Nationals खेले. So I think about 12 national I won gold. एंड बस धीरे धीरे इट वाज लाइक कि हर मंथ ना compete करना है somehow, बिकॉज वो compete करने के लिए ना परफॉर्मेंस का एक वो बना रहता था गोल दिमाग में. एंड you start training and working out accordingly. अभी जब घर में सबको पता चला कि what are you competing powerlifting, तो वो सोचने लगे कि and you won gold. अच्छा, okay, so they were wondering कि, you know, इतनी पतली सी छोटी सी, how will she somehow anyhow. So I started inviting them on my competitions, like my mother, my mother-in-law. I told them कि आप लोग आकर के देखना please, how do I do and stuff, all of that. So why, and they literally saw me again winning. तो उनको विश्वास हुआ कि, you know, चाहे, and this used to work as an advantage for me. तो मैं वहाँ जाती थी तो जो females, there used to be a lot of females competing, even though not as much as do now, but yes, there used to be. But all of these females used to be like huge, like bulky ones. And they used to always underestimate me कि क्या ही lift करेगी types. And that used to work for my advantage because वो मुझे कभी देखते ही नहीं थे. For them, I was going unnoticed. And I used to take it through there. So, I mean, underestimation worked well for me. That's how it went.
I have literal goosebumps क्योंकि to be doing something that nobody expected out of you and that you never saw coming, कि आपका कभी कोई प्लान नहीं था powerlifting में जाने का, but it just so happened कि आपने powerlifting में enter किया, you started winning, and then it became a career for you. And now you are one of the early powerlifter in the women category for India. You got gold, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So that is something that, you know, turned out for you. This is what I love about stories like yours. आप सिर्फ weights नहीं lift कर रही हैं, आप एक पूरी generation of women को lift कर रही हैं, क्योंकि वो आपको देख के मोटिवेट होंगी कि एक हरनीत अगर कर सकती है तो मैं क्यों नहीं. तो अगर हम आपकी AWPC की विनिंग मोमेंट की बात करें तो एक इंटरनेशनल कंपटीशन है, इंडियन एथलीट है और इंडियन नेशनल एंथम है जो बैकग्राउंड में प्ले कर रहा है और आपको गोल्ड मिल रहा है. तो आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था? हमें थोड़ा AWPC के बारे में बताइए, आपका पूरा एक्सपीरियंस बताइए. आप नर्वस थे, एक्साइटेड थे? हाउ वाज इट फॉर यू लाइक?
So this question of yours takes me back to the memory lane, and honestly, I think this was one of the moments just because of which, you know, I feel like competing again and again. So in my mind, in my heart, I always wanted this to happen कि पीछे national anthem बज रहा है and I am getting a medal for the country. I can't maybe explain you in words कि मुझे कैसा feel हो रहा था, but मेरे दिमाग में जैसे ही मुझे medal, I was very scared, I was very nervous, and I was wishing कि मुझे medal मिल जाए please. And कभी कभी दिमाग में आता था कि चाहे bronze भी मिला ना, but मिल जाए. Like I've come so far, and my family, a lot of people, and anybody and everybody who knows me, who knew कि मैं कितने टाइम से practice कर रही हूँ, would be expecting कि, you know, I do something. तो कभी तो दिमाग में आता था कि नहीं गोल्ड ही लूंगी एंड मुझे पता है मैं गोल्ड जीतूंगी, 100% जीतूंगी। पर दूसरे मोमेंट एकदम से दिमाग में आता था चाहे ब्रॉन्ज मिल जाए बट प्लीज मिल जाए, ऐसा ना हो कि मुझे कुछ ना मिले। एंड self talk and there then the announcement happened and they took my name for gold medal, and it took me a while to realize that okay my dream is coming true. And बार बार मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा था like you know my mom so my mom used to always say you know तू तो जो भी करती है ना तू हमेशा you're like number one in it, and I used to think कि वो तो हर किसी की मम्मी को लगता है, so that is why my mom speaks the same. But in my mind, I knew how proud is she going to be feeling.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the moment that she's been, you know, waiting for, and she will relish for lifetime. And yeah, the moment I won my medal, I shared it with my mom over a video call, with my family over a video call, and they were like very happy about it.
Oh, I can see you tearing up right now. Such a touching moment. And I can feel it. Because, you know, I have attended competitions. We attended IHFF this year. And there was Manoj Patil who won gold this time, the Amateur Olympia.
Right.
And when the national anthem was playing in the background, I think everybody, every Indian in that premises was so proud and had goosebumps and was, you know, on the verge of crying for that great guy.
Yeah.
So I can totally feel, and huge amount of respect for you, Harneet.
Thank you, thank you.
तो ये ही नहीं, आपके कंपटीशन के 2 महीने पहले एक हादसा भी हुआ था जिसमें आपके फार्म हाउस पे 2 डॉग्स ने आपको काट लिया था एंड यू वर ऑन अ व्हील चेयर फॉर अ गुड मंथ। पूरे 1 महीने आप व्हील चेयर पे थे। एक मैं हूँ जो एक छींक मारने के बाद 1 महीना जिम नहीं जाती। आपने 2 महीने पहले में से, जिसमें से 1 महीने आप व्हील चेयर पे थी, रिकवर किया, प्रिपेयर किया, compete किया और गोल्ड लेके आए। How did this happen?
So again, like you know, हमारे घर पर like my parental house, वहाँ पे like they're very fond of dogs. So we have almost about 12-13 dogs there, and all ferocious kind of breeds because it's a farmhouse, so you need big breeds there. So I went home for about 2-3 days. I was talking on a phone while my mom, I think she was putting some medicine to her dog. So मैंने ऐसे ही बस normally थोड़ा सा pat कर दिया उनके बैग में, and these dogs thought कि I've hit mama. Both of them attacked me, like Napoleon Mastiffs, like very difficult breeds to handle. So they literally attacked on me, and they were like trying to literally rip off my like you know the skin. So my mom was there to save me, and fortunately there were like 3-4 other household help who were there. So they literally tried to save me, and all that was going in my mind was. कि you know मेरा power lifting competition है, I have been preparing for so long, and it was on my left leg. Without being able to put pressure on your leg, you can't do a deadlift. And then it was on my arm for bench press. This is very important. So मेरे दिमाग में और कुछ नहीं चल रहा था. Like I was not even scared कि मुझे चोट लग गई है, मेरी you know leg खराब ना हो जाए, arm खराब ना हो जाए. And I was very badly bitten. तो बस मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था मेरा competition ना खराब हो. Because you know getting a chance to perform at that platform at that level itself was like I felt I was fortunate that I'm getting this chance. Not everybody gets that. There are though thousands of people are trying for it. तो बस मुझे ये था मेरा ये चांस नहीं खराब होना चाहिए. And you know the moment मुझे पता भी नहीं, मैं शायद बेहोश हो गई थी. Everybody took me to hospital. It was like I think good for 3-4 hours. मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि मेरे साथ क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ. My mom later told me that I was doubtful that would we be even able to rescue you कि तू बचेगी भी कि नहीं. Somehow like I got whatever help was required that time, and I was on the wheelchair. And my mom coming and telling me कोई बात नहीं, ठीक हो जाएगा, chances आते रहते हैं life में, बस तू ठीक हो जा and stuff, all of that. But I was very determined in my mind कि I had to do this. I am not going to let it pass off like that. So मतलब they say you know कि अगर आपकी खुद की will हो ना, so I think मेरा recovery process काफी fast हुआ because I had to do it. I was telling everybody like whenever somebody was telling me नहीं कोई बात नहीं ऐसा होता है life में chance दोबारा आता है, I was not okay with the statement itself. I said मुझे दोबारा chance नहीं चाहिए. This is the chance. I have to take this chance. I will do it. Again, the coach that I had that time is very supportive. Though he was stressed, I knew मुझे पता लगता था कि वो भी stressed है मेरी पूरी condition को लेके. But he said कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, 15 दिन में ठीक हो जाएगी. You will do it. तू हो जाएगा, बहुत आराम से हो जाएगा. एंड somehow it worked. हम लोगों ने फिर से 1 महीने बाद प्रैक्टिस शुरू करी. I was just about 1 month away from my competition. I started training again. I will say I was not able to perform at the level जिस level पे मैं perform कर सकती थी. Lot of things got compromised. Of course मेरी strength compromise हुई. 1 month of no practice, nothing. And till date also मैं like you know जहाँ पे मुझे dogs ने bite किया था, अभी भी that it's been 10-11 years now, ज़्यादा time हो गया. बट अभी भी मैं पूरा वेट अपनी लेग पे नहीं डाल पाती हूँ, अपने आर्म पे नहीं डाल पाती हूँ. बट जब आप स्टेज पे होते हो ना, व्हेन यू नो द होल लाइम लाइट इज ऑन यू और ऑल द एक्सपेक्टेशंस आर ऑन यू, तो उस टाइम पे लगता है कि इस बार ही पूरी जान लगा देते, बाद में देखी जाएगी. एंड दैट्स व्हाट एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई डिड. Whatever strength, stamina, everything that I had, I thought this could be the last moment maybe of my, I mean, this could be the last chance in my life. Maybe I'll get this stage. शायद जिंदगी में कभी मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा. So I had to make the best use of it.
Right.
And when you think good, I think affirmations, all of that do work. So I had this कि मुझे उस stage पे जाना है, perform करना है, medal लेके आना है. So it did work in that manner.
Right. Most of the time, I think champions, they perform for the audience too. So I heard Kobe Bryant, the legend, basketball legend, who once said कि मैं अगर खेलने जाता हूँ तो मैं अपनी 100% परफॉर्मेंस देता हूँ, क्योंकि there might be someone जिसने बहुत पैसे खर्च करके टिकट खरीदा है मेरे को देखने के लिए.
Exactly.
So I cannot compromise for him.
True.
And for obviously your own self, but for the people who are there to admire you.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of responsibility when you are on an international or a national or any other stage. Your family, the people who are behind you, your supporters, and the people who are there to watch.
I agree.
History in making. So a lot of onus, and wow, so much pressure on stage. But after an injury, after so many setbacks also, you still performed. So I don't know how you do it, but kudos.
Thank you.
Okay, when you were training for powerlifting, what was your daily routine like? और इतनी level of consistency आप लाती कैसे थी?
So while I was preparing for my competition, उस time पे I used to do a full-time job as well. And the job was pretty hectic. So 9 hours of job. I had 2 hours of travel time from home to my office. 2 times, 2 hours of traveling back. So in short, I was putting in almost about, let's say, 13 hours into my job only, because aana jana and the work. I used to wake up at about 5:30. एंड आई यूज टू गो टू द जिम. मैं जिम में 1 घंटा ही दे पाती थी, बिकॉज पूरे इतने लंबे स्केड्यूल में पॉसिबल ही नहीं था कि मैं इससे ज़्यादा कर पाऊँ. बट दैट 1 hour यूज टू बी कि ये ही है, लाइक यू गो टू अ जिम, यू फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर ओनली चिट चैटिंग एंड स्टफ. Till date, my rule in the gym has been that I don't make friends in gym ever. I don't like to be friendly in the gym. So I'm not rude, but I'm not even friendly that people come walk up and talk to me, because I feel that's wastage of time. Time मेरे पास थोड़ा कम था. And of course, when you're prepping for the competition, so it's not just the practice that matters. आपका रेस्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. What you're eating is very important. तो वो टाइम नहीं था वेस्ट करने का कि वहाँ पर खड़े होकर थोड़ी देर बातें कर लो, थोड़ी देर ट्रेनिंग कर लो. सो 1 hour सीरियस ट्रेनिंग इज व्हाट आई डिड. आई यूज्ड टू इंश्योर कि अगर मैंने आज का सेशन करा है, सो आई शुड बी एबल टू जस्टिफाई इट. एंड द कोच हु इज पुटिंग इन टाइम ऑन मी, जिस अपनी एनर्जी, अपने एफर्ट्स मुझ पे इन्वेस्ट करे, ही शुड बी सैटिस्फाइड कि because I am myself a coach. I know if I'm training someone and that person is not equally serious as me, so I also tend to lose, I'll say कि आपके efforts में भी कमी आने लग जाती है कहीं ना कहीं. Yes, so 1 hour of gymming used to be there. I used to ensure that I prep my meals in advance. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि powerlifting में क्या होता है, powerlifting is all about कि जितना खा लो उतना अच्छा आप लिफ्ट कर पाओगे. बट आई फील दैट इज नॉट हाउ इट शुड बी. देयर हैज टू बी अ डिसिप्लिन. सो ईटिंग ऑन टाइम, सो दैट ना कि आपका मोटापा बढ़े, बट योर स्ट्रेंथ शुड ग्रो. So what you eat will decide that are you working on gaining fat, because just मोटे हो जाओ and वहाँ जाके ज़्यादा लिफ्ट कर पाओगे because you have a heavier body weight. I rather used to work in a manner कि मुझे अपने strength को grow करना है, and I should look nice also, because staying in shape has always been my priority. Because as a fitness coach, if I'm myself not in shape, I can't educate you or give you ज्ञान कि आपको पतले होना चाहिए, fit होना चाहिए and stuff. For my sleep, I used to just get, let's say, about 6 hours of sleep. but I used to ensure that I have sound sleep. So उसके लिए जो nutrition required था, जिस तरीके का like I ensured balanced nutrition goes in, चाहे उसमें मुझे supplementation की ज़रूरत पड़ती थी या with my own meals, but I did everything with a lot of discipline. अभी वो you know when you start preparing तो आपको लगता है कि अभी बहुत टाइम पड़ा है, बहुत टाइम पड़ा है, but if you see if you're preparing for something, जितना भी टाइम है वो कम है, because everything that you're doing today is going to reflect on the day of the competition for sure.
Right. Every small step taken in the direction of the competition is going to amplify.
Exactly.
आज आप 1 घंटा वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं, कल आप 1 घंटा कर रहे हैं, so it is 1 hour for 30 days,
True.
for a month straight. It
Yes.
is not going to be 1 hour one day.
Exactly.
Right, very good inputs, and I'm getting honestly motivated to go to the gym because I've been, lacking for the longest time now.
I'll be happy if that motivation comes from my end.
Oh, it totally is. You are live example कि motivation is temporary but discipline is permanent. So अभी हम थोड़ा सा और move on करेंगे towards another phase of your life. जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं कि अपने माँ बाप को खो देना एक बहुत ही डिफ़िकल्ट टाइम होता है हर किसी के लिए, और वो एक ऐसा ज़ख्म है जो कभी ज़िंदगी भर शायद भर भी नहीं पाएगा. तो आप यू लॉस्ट योर फादर व्हेन यू वर स्टार्टिंग योर पावर लिफ्टिंग जर्नी, एंड देन यू लॉस्ट योर मदर व्हेन यू वर अबाउट टू स्टार्ट योर मदरहुड जर्नी, सो 1 month बिफोर योर डिलीवरी. बट यू बाउंस्ड बैक बोथ द टाइम्स एंड इवन स्ट्रॉन्गर. सो ऐसा कैसे आप कर पाए? हाउ वॉज इट पॉसिबल फॉर यू? और आपके पास क्या एडवाइस है फॉर पीपल हु आर गोइंग थ्रू अ सिमिलर टाइम, जिन्होंने मे बी अपने पेरेंट्स को खोया है एंड दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू गेट बैक टू रियलिटी, या किसी डिफिकल्ट टाइम से गो थ्रू कर रहे हैं? सो व्हाट वुड यू से टू देम?
See, I feel parental loss can never be fulfilled, but the reality of life is that whosoever has come here has to go. If we are like you, me, everybody has to go off one day, and इसके करके ना सिर्फ द डिफरेंस इज कि हमें कुछ चीज़ें हमें अगर कोई झटका लगे उसके करके हम लोग सेटबैक के करके हम लोग सब कुछ छोड़कर बैठ सकते हैं. मुझे ऐसा लगता है जब हम लोग सब कुछ छोड़कर बैठ जाते हैं तो जो हमारी अदर फैमिली मेम्बर्स हैं, पीपल हु लुक अप टू अस, माई यंगर सिबलिंग्स, अदर्स इन माई फैमिली, उनको अभी मैं आई एम अंडरगोइंग अ स्ट्रेस, आई कुड बी अ रीज़न फॉर देयर स्ट्रेस ऑल्सो. अगर मैं सैड रहूँ, अपसेट रहूँ, एंड इफ़ आई डोंट थिंक ऑफ मूविंग ऑन, I have never in life wanted to be a reason for somebody's sadness. So मुझे हमेशा ऐसे लगता था कि अगर मैं सैड हुई ना, सो अदर मेम्बर्स इन माई फैमिली, बिकॉज आई हैव यंगर सिबलिंग्स, तो वो बहुत उदास हो जाएंगे. एंड वॉट हैज़ हैपेंड इज नेवर गोइंग टू चेंज. इट विल नेवर एवर इन लाइफ चेंज. Of course, I was 8 months pregnant when I lost my mom, and I thought my life was over. It could, like, I felt I'm the most, maybe the most unluckiest ever I could be. Ki when I needed her the most, she wasn't there. But then I had responsibility for someone who's going to come up in my life, and with the baby, it's not that कि जब वो born होता है, that's when you develop that feeling for your baby. It's already there with you for so many months. तो मेरे को internally ये भी था कि that I might not end up doing some damage with so much of stress, because when I went to the doctor for the first time ever, I got to hear that my blood pressure is way too high and it requires to be managed, otherwise there could be a lot of difficulties happening. I delivered my little one and delivery हुआ, but somehow जब मेरा baby हो भी गया, so back in my mind, I was happy, of course. I was blessed with the little one, but back in my mind, sadness बहुत ज़्यादा थी. I was looking good, like I was smiling, everything was happening, the life was running normally. कई बार बहुत गुस्सा चढ़ता था कि my mom is gone, but the world is still, working in the similar manner. सब कुछ normal है. Like you look around on social media especially, you see friends जो कर रहे थे वो कर रहे हैं, other distant relatives उनकी life में जो चल रहा है, everything is running जैसे चलता था. Why only you? Why your life has become like this? But then the reality is that the life has to go on. First 6 months after my delivery, I was in a severe postpartum. I don't know if it was the postpartum depression. Was it the depression because mom wasn't there? Because I think for a female, the biggest support that comes after delivery is from your mother. And I had a lot of support. Of course, my mother-in-law was very supportive. My husband was very supportive. My siblings were very supportive. But then there are still a lot of things which you only want your mom to do for you. or only they can do without any hesitation, without any me feeling shy of anything, but that support was not there. तो कई बार बहुत गुस्सा चढ़ता था कि why is she not there, why did she go at this time. तो but again, and seeing yourself in the mirror in a shape that you were never in, a lot of weight gain, then so many things happening. I was not able to figure out that what's happening. मैंने postpartum depression के बारे में सुना था, but I didn't understand what exactly it is until I got to face it. So I didn't feel like talking to anyone. I felt कि मुझे इतना दर्द है और बाकी सब लोग कैसे स्मूथली ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, बाकी सबकी लाइफ कैसे नॉर्मली चल रही है, डू दे नॉट केयर फॉर मी. बट होता आई थिंक सिर्फ ये है कि when you're a new mother, आपको enough sleep नहीं मिल रही होती है. Your baby needs you. Baby is most comforted only when you are there. So lack of sleep, lack of rest is what is making you irritated. Unfortunately, my thing was further worsened because I had lost my mom very recently. तो कभी कभी खुद को बुरा लगता था कि यार I am paying all my attention to my baby and I'm not even able to mourn for my mom's death.
Right.
But दूसरी side, a lot of times I experienced कि when I was getting too emotional, yeah, I used to when he was sleeping, I used to get emotional and cry thinking about mom. And I realized a lot many times कि जब भी मैं ऐसे बहुत ज़्यादा sad हो रही होती थी, he used to wake up. And that's when I thought, I should not pass on my sadness to him, because I don't know how many people would be able to relate to it, but how a mom feels reflects in your child. So if you are getting angry, they will also adapt to that kind of a mood,
Right.
that kind of a feel. So I never wanted him to be stressed or get angry or not feel comfortable or feel anxious because I was not in a good mood or I was very emotional. So looking at his face, lying down with him on the bed, comforting him used to make me also comfortable. I somehow feel when I look back to those days, I feel I was able to come out of that stage of depression, that stage of anxiety, just because I had him, like my little one, with me. I mean, with their hug, with they only wanting you, they are making you feel like you're the most important person on the entire earth. Because anybody trying to comfort them, they'll not be comforted. They just require their own mom. So somehow you are like the most important person for someone's life. So yeah, for all the new mothers, I will say that there's a lot of change, of course. Once you've delivered, once you have a baby, your life does changes because a lot of responsibilities come onto your head. In my case, I again started working out because I just remember the first time when I bounced back when I lost my dad and how workouts helped me. Again, I started working out. I still remember, switching off the room light so that he's sleeping. And even if he sleeps for 30 minutes, I can quickly do my workout, just laying down the mat there, doing body weight exercises. And within 3 months, I think even lost about 23 kgs of my weight as well. And when you start looking good, somehow your confidence improves. You start feeling better. And of course, exercising is directly related to the hormones. It settles down your body hormones as well. It's making you more happy. So this is how I overcame. I will recommend all new mothers, they should exercise. We see exercising as a method of losing weight. I see it as a method of comforting my mind. And that is very important.
So Harneet, with everything you've seen, loss, injuries, victories, आपने बहुत सारे lessons भी learn करे होंगे throughout your journey. So सबसे बड़ा lesson क्या है जो आपने learn किया?
सबसे बड़ा lesson I feel is consistency and trust in yourself. Unless you will trust yourself, nobody else would be able to do it. A lot of time for a viewer, for an onlooker, would look like कि ऐसा बोल रहे हो कैसे सकता है. And unless you have that confidence, you will never ever be able to gain that confidence of the others. So मेरे life का rule यही रहा है कि whatever you do, you should be consistent. So I feel, जैसे कईयों को होता है कि just wish किया हो गया. I clearly know I have to put in that hard work, only then will I achieve it. So I don't like wasting time thinking कि करते हैं कभी तो करेंगे. Let the right time come. Because I personally feel आपकी life में कभी right time आ ही नहीं सकता. अगर आज न्यू ईयर्स है तो कल होली भी आएगी, देन दिवाली भी आनी है. लाइक कुछ ना कुछ फेस्टिवल तो आएगा ना. सो देयर विल बी नेवर अ राइट टाइम. अगर उसी तरीके से if you have something really bad going on to your life right now, even good days will come, but I feel good days you have to create. Bad days आ जाते हैं खुद से, but good days create करने पड़ते हैं, and that can only happen with consistency is what I feel.
सो एक्चुअली कंसिस्टेंसी के बारे में हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आपकी लाइफ में आ रही हैं, दे आर शेपिंग यू
Yes.
in a way, and you have to be consistent for that shaping to happen.
Exactly. Correctly said.
So what's next for you, Harneet? Are you going to compete again? You competed last time in December 2019 for the AWPC Russia. So are you going to be competing again?
Right. So right after my competition, lockdowns happened. First lockdown, second lockdown, and then I was blessed with my little one. So with the little one, of course, I will not say I stopped working out. I stopped practicing, but everything was happening indoors because the gyms were all gyms were not operational. And even when the gyms opened up, I did not have a situation that would allow me to step out of the house and practice my powerlifting. So these kids, the lockdown kids, they're too mama type of kids. They want you because you've been there. They did not see much faces. So my little one was also so now he's 3.5 years old, until about 2.5, unless he started going to the play school, he would not be comfortable with anyone. So I was not getting a space or time to step out. Plus, I was also working. I work full time as well. So I was having no time to step out and to start practicing for my competition again. This year, I also took a New Year resolution, and I thought I have to start with my powerlifting again.
Wow.
This year I'll do it. And again, अगर मुंह से निकाला था तो उसको पूरा करना ही करना था, because नहीं तो ऐसे I never like hearing कि अच्छा तुमने ये बोला था किया नहीं types. I started with my practice. I do see myself competing by the end of this year, but I will also say I want to justify if I compete. So I have to prepare myself. This time the start has not been as smooth like last time. I feel I am at much below the level where I started initially. So I'm working on gaining a lot of strength now. My stamina definitely is good, but just because too many things are going on, like working, I do take online classes as well. I do group classes online. I take personal training online with the toddler, everything. So I'm still trying to figure out how I will focus more on my training, on my nutrition, on my rest. But yes, the good part is that I've already started it, and I do aim to compete by this year end, that is in November or December. So that is what the plan going ahead is.
One thing is for sure that some records are going to be broken. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hopefully, yes.
And what is the mindset like? Like, are you nervous or are you like looking forward because you've already done it once? या क्या आपके दिमाग में है सबको
It's
लेके?
been a long gap, and I now see, younger people are much more talented, much more competitive. I will not say I'm nervous. I will be happy if I can get back to where I was. This coming competition, my aim is to compete with myself so that, I am back on track. Of course, if I break some records, I'm going to be the happiest. And once more, the first time I competed internationally, I was like, कि बस life में एक मौका मिल जाए. But that one मौका enhanced everything in my life. I remember how my mom could how she went away, but with a very good memory of mine in her head. And this, of course, enhanced my training business as well, my personal training business as well. Now, a lot of people trust me more with my training methods, just because I do have this achievement in my kitty.
Absolutely.
So this time also, the motive is definitely to achieve gold medal for sure. I am preparing accordingly. But if not, right now, the most important competition is with my own self. Because sometime I thought that, powerlifting is, I think, all over for me. How will I compete? How will I practice? But this year, when I thought I have to start, and I started it, that was like the first step that I took against myself, competing with my own competition. And when I'm competing there, that will be the moment that I have been thinking of achieving, at least for this year. And it does enhance a lot of other factors in my life related to my professional life, my personal life, and how I feel for myself. So that's what I'm looking at.
Wow. I am looking forward to it too. And I'm sure you are going to do wonders. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you so much.
Let's say someone is watching this podcast and they want to enter into powerlifting, कि आपको देख के इंस्पायर हो रहे हैं और वो सोच रहे हैं कि मुझे भी यही करना है. It can be a male, it can be a female. What's the step one for them?
Step one is going to be consistency for sure and discipline. I feel if there's always a saying, if something comes easy to you, you don't value it. I somehow, I'll say I agree with this thing because, you don't realize the value of it. And so when this 5 years of break that came into my powerlifting thing, I used to always have this worry in my mind कि मैं दोबारा कभी कर पाऊंगी क्या? My God, what a feeling was that? I want to live that feeling again. So yes, it is very important, specifically for women. There's nothing better than feeling stronger. So powerlifting doesn't mean कि भारी भरकम लोग, fat people, or out of the shape people. Powerlifting people can be very fit, can have a lot of strength. Specifically when women are strong, there's a different level of confidence that comes in. You can protect yourself. You don't have to really depend on, I'll say, your partner, your brother, your father. You are self-sufficient. I mean, with me specifically, when I started powerlifting, strength was a major factor. I used to think कि मैं अब देख लूंगी, कुछ होएगा ना, like घर पर क्या होता है, like अगर लाइट भी खराब हो गई या कुछ भी खराब हो गया ना, it is always the men in the house कि मैं करता हूँ, या if there's a heavy thing, मैं उठाता हूँ types. मेरे घर में ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होता. Sometimes I think कि यार ये क्या पंगा ले लिया, अब सब कुछ खुद ही करना पड़ता है types. But yes, it is a all different kind of a feeling. Second thing, it's not only that if you are entering powerlifting, you have to compete. There are a lot of other things also. It's working on your fitness. Otherwise, a lot of people might think कि fitness सिर्फ ये है कि stamina अच्छा हो, strength ठीक हो, and आप पतले दिख रहे हो as being fit. Fitness is not that. Fitness is you grow mentally, you grow physically. With the strength, of course, you feel more confidence. With the stamina, it takes care of your cardiac health. So medically, physically, everything, it's only making you better. So go for it. It's not that कि powerlifting किया तो competition करना है, जब तक medal नहीं जीते, you will not justify as a powerlifter. It is a method of staying fit. And I think I personally feel one of the best methods. लोगों को लगता है कि women start lifting weight and they became manly. To be honest, मुझे आज तक कभी नहीं लगा in last 10-15 years anybody ever telling me, man, you look manly. Rather I have to justify, यार मैं power lifter हूँ. So yeah, it doesn't make you manly. It only helps you get better. Overall physique gets better.
So anyway, there is no magic formula.
Exactly.
You have to jump in, you have to stay consistent, and you have to justify your efforts. And nobody started as an expert. Everybody was a beginner in the beginning.
Exactly, yes.
And you keep on working hard, you be consistent, and you're going to be an expert someday.
True.
Like you are.
Thank you for saying that.
So now that we are talking about powerlifting so much, let's bust some myths. So what do you say is the biggest myth in powerlifting or strength training that you've heard of?
The very, very common myth that I've heard of कि if you're a power lifter, or for that sake you're doing weightlifting, like even day to day when my clients inquire with me for training, many of them till date, like 80% of them women still say कि मेरे को ना heavy weights नहीं lift करने हैं, I don't want to be manly. And that's like very weird. And I usually tell them that I've been lifting weights for 15 long years and till date I haven't become manly.
Yeah.
And a very common this thing also, I hear a lot of women telling me I don't want to lift weights heavy because I want to conceive. I think when I was lifting the heaviest of my powerlifting weights, that's when I conceived. So these are all myths. I mean, fitness could be in any form, be it cycling, be it. So lifting weights is as good as doing it's just one form of fitness. Somebody likes lifting weights, somebody likes running, somebody likes to do cardio, somebody likes to do some form, Pilates or whatever. Lifting weight can't make you manly. Women can't be manly. You don't have those hormones unless you are artificially injecting them. So yes, I have been lifting for good 15 years, and if somebody would say कि आपने normal weight lift करेंगे, I have been lifting the kind of weights that got me gold medal for India. So it was not light for sure. So yes, it doesn't make you manly at all. And only works on enhancing your fitness. Nothing bad to it. I mean, we all want to be fit today.
Right.
A lot of people crave to be fit. They want to be fit, but they don't have time. They don't have let's say certain people don't have money, some people don't have time, some people don't have that confidence. And if you start working on your fitness, I think you can achieve all of these areas for sure.
Yeah, and very rightly put that a lot of women, they use it as an excuse to not indulge in weightlifting because they think they'll become bulky.
Exactly.
बहुत मसल बिल्ड हो जाएंगे हम, बल्की हो जाएंगे, सो हमें वेट लिफ्टिंग तो नहीं करनी है. So this is one of the biggest myths that you're busting here today, and thank you for doing that because this is not going to help anyone. And also, because now that we're talking about powerlifting so much, I'm also curious to know about the powerlifting federations at the national level. So are there a lot of federations, or just take us through it?
See, to be very honest, there are a lot of federations, but very few are actually registered for it.
Okay.
Right? Nowadays, what has happened is a lot of federations are only doing powerlifting competitions to sell the tickets. Sell the tickets, when I say sell the tickets, means if you have to go compete, you have to pay in some charge, okay? So you can't just walk in and compete. You pay for it and you compete. If you're just doing deadlift, then you have a certain kind of a fees to pay. If you're only doing, like if you're doing only one format of it, there's a different fees. If you're doing the complete powerlifting thing, then there's a different fees. A lot of people these days are doing it just to collect money.
Right.
And one brutal truth about this is you walk into a competition and the environment is so bad, specifically if there's a women athlete, you don't have area to change. You don't have area where you can freshen up, you know. As a powerlifter, I also want to tell you one thing, because you're lifting very heavy, you frequently urinate. You need to go to the toilet again and again. Specifically for women, this happens. Happens for men as well, but why I'm talking women? Because strength-wise, this does have a lot of pressure and you keep urinating quite a lot. So there are no, I mean, the provisions are not how they should be, but they're only focusing on inviting a lot of athletes to compete. So they're creating a lot of categories, you know, every weight category, every age category. So it's just bheed. But the situations are not good and they're giving you medal, because medal lekar ke aana hai, so that the investment is that you're getting a medal or renting out a place for the competition. But wahan par kuch nahi hai. But then there are certain federations also who are internationally affiliated and who really provide you good platforms to compete as well. As in, when they say good platform, that means you're not just going to lift weight there, you have good changing rooms, you have good refreshments being given to you, because you can't be starving yourself and lifting the weight. It doesn't work like that. Or for that sake, safety of women. You know, so there are certain jahan par ladke ladkiyan sab ek hi saath change kar rahe hain and all of that. Not everybody is comfortable, but fortunately, I was able to compete under a federation where everything was good. Women are well taken care of. You have nice, the environment. I mean, you're only able to focus on your lift rather than focusing on कि मैं कहाँ change करूँ, can I do this or not, am I safe here or not. And ज़बरदस्ती का, it's not that कि so many categories कि आप जैसा भी lift करो आपको medal मिलना ही मिलना है. You know, a lot of people do this कि आप चाहे lift करते हो नहीं करते हो, इतनी categories create कर दो कि आप medal लेकर जाओगे so that you are happy and you're again going to come back to this federation to fight again because इस federation से आप medal लेकर के आए थे. ये भी एक बहुत ज़्यादा common business हो गया. So yes, there are certain federations which are affiliated internationally and who are genuinely doing good work, who are genuinely creating good power lifters, whereas the others, and I will not blame the players here. बहुत सारे लोगों को इसके बारे में नॉलेज ही नहीं है.
Right.
They simply feel कि अच्छा मुझे स्टेज मिला है तो let me perform. A lot of players also use these stages as a practice because unless you are having that real time kind of an environment where you can go compete, you don't really find out what are your flaws and where do you need to work upon. So I'll say only 10% in India are affiliated. 90% लोग business कर रहे हैं इसमें.
Yeah.
And doping, of course, is like a very, very major problem in this one. Luckily, while the federation I competed with, there it was all very clear that if you're doped, like you'll be tested before the lift. I used to always think, I play all natural, whereas I knew many females or men, women both. I'm not going to say it only women or men here, but वो लोग अपनी performance enhance करने के लिए they do consume
Right.
a lot of things. तो मेरे को हमेशा ऐसा लगता था यार I am playing naturally, तो definitely जो लोग consume कर रहे हैं and they lift like crazy. बहुत फर्क होता है. I'll not say 10 kgs, 20 kgs. The difference is like 100 kgs.
Wow.
So imagine if you are doing a deadlift of, let's say, 125, which is your best. There are others who are doing 225, your same category, your same age, your weight category. And you wonder, why am I lacking so much? So I used to always have this in my mind, मैं natural compete कर रही हूँ, will I ever be able to justify? Will I even win something? But yes, the stage that I got, the platform that I got, वहाँ पे बहुत clear था. They were testing you. So if you're competing, you're only competing with the naturals. So yes.
Wow, this I never knew about. Obviously, I'm aware of कि doping होती है, but so much of a difference, hundreds of kgs in your strength. So, but how does it affect? Like once you are into the process of doping, once you introduce yourself to the process of doping, क्या ऐसा होता है कि your body becomes used to it, and then what are the drastic effects of it?
See, majorly when I talk about women, because I know a lot of women, when you start consuming all these doping products and all, it definitely enhances your performance a lot. And as a player, अगर आपने एक बारी, just giving you an example, अगर आपने एक बारी 225 kgs lift करा है, you will never want to lift even 200.
Absolutely.
आपको ऐसे लगेगा कि no यार, and you start looking at other, like आप अपना competition उस level पे देखने लग जाते हो. So first you're not able to stop because आपको पता है कि जब तक मैंने अपने आप को enhancer नहीं दिया, doping नहीं करी, तो मैं इस level पे perform कर ही नहीं पाऊंगी. Now the major effect on women specifically, this impacts onto your system like crazy.
Yeah.
I have seen women who, now here is when you start turning manly. It's not the lifting that turns you manly. It's not the lifting that does something wrong to you. It's for lifting when you start consuming all of these products. It does. I know a lot of women who are lifting and who haven't had their periods coming on time for years, 2 years, because they're consuming all of this.
Right.
Now imagine if you're not, getting regular periods, that means it's directly impacting your reproductive health as well. And then is the time when, उस time हमें लगता है कि बस अभी मैं अच्छा lift कर लूँ, आगे का मैं देख लूँगी. A lot of people tell you washouts हो जाते हैं, ये हो जाता है, वो हो जाता है. I mean, अगर आपने एक कांच को तोड़ दिया है, if this vase is broken, आप इसको चाहे जोड़ लो, the crack is always going to be there.
Yes.
So you start seeing this, इनकी voice change होने लग जाती है, how they look changes, how they walk changes. You're starting, आपकी जो, women tend to have smoother skin than men have. It starts getting, the skin changes, it starts getting very hard. आपकी voice change हो जाती है. And major तो जो सब कुछ है, like, anything you can recorrect with surgeries and everything. You're impacting onto your reproductive system so badly.
Right.
And I think as a woman, this could be the biggest loss that you can have in your life. There are multiple procedures, multiple kind of things that are happening today for conceiving and stuff. But ask those people who are naturally not able to do it, जिन्होंने ऐसा कुछ किया भी नहीं, but naturally they're not able to conceive. There are women, they feel, I mean, I train a lot of such kind of women who literally can do anything, but they want कि वो लोग conceive कर लें. And on the other hand, ये सब कर के हम अपनी health को खराब कर रहे हैं. So game is important, but not at the cost of your own body.
Yeah, a momentary, boost of confidence for that medal is not worth it. You're playing with
Not
your
at
life,
all.
you're playing with your body. पूरा hormonal system बिगड़ जाता है. You start missing your periods, your
Exactly.
reproductive health suffers. Maybe your marital life suffers because of that. Your partner is suffering because of that. Your mental health is suffering because of
Exactly.
all of this. It is not worth it.
Not
so
worth it.
anybody who's even thinking of getting into the process of doping, it's a big red alert that you shouldn't.
Exactly.
Don't play with your life this way. Not
Yes,
worth it.
not
at
worth
all.
it at all. True.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Harneet, there are so many people who enter the gym. They load up the first barbell, gym में जाके, and boom, injured for a month. What is the biggest mistake जो beginners करते हैं gym join करने पे?
I'll say it's being over ambitious. You have to compete with yourself, but there's a way of doing it. You can't just reach a certain level on day one. I call it being over ambitious because fitness is not something जो आपको एक दिन में, 2 दिन में, या let's say एक month में, या in a few months achieve करनी है. This is something that you'll have to do for lifetime. Right? So for example, if I have to push this table और मुझे पता है मुझे सारी उम्र से push करना है, so it'll be good that मैं slowly, steadily with consistency करूँ rather than एक बार में करके okay.
Yeah.
And so that's like the biggest mistake. To answer this, I usually get client inquiries and उनका simple question होता है कि मेरा एक महीने में कितना weight कम हो जाएगा. And this is the question I hate. Not because मैं जादूगर नहीं हूँ कि कितना हो जाएगा, but I feel this is not something, this is not a competition जो आपके पास एक महीने का टाइम और आपको अचीव करना है. Let us say you've achieved, you have a certain weight loss goal, आपने अचीव कर लिया, so does that mean उसके बाद आप कभी वर्कआउट नहीं करोगे या आप अपनी फिटनेस जर्नी वहीं पे बंद कर दोगे because I am at a certain weight and then you will wait कि जब मेरा दोबारा से वेट बढ़ेगा फिर से मैं रीस्टार्ट करूंगी. Fitness is just how it is important for you to eat every day. It is very important for you to also work out every day. Your body, like God has given us joints, movable joints, not because कि एक जगह पे बैठ करके we need to move it. आजकल the way specifically after COVID is become very sedentary. We need to move ourselves. So yes, जिम में बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं, पहले दिन ही आकर के अपने आप को इंजरी कॉज कर देते हैं. You need experts, you need trainers. अगर आपको नहीं पता, which is totally normal. I mean, मुझे भी नहीं पता था when I entered the gym, मुझे नहीं day one पे पता था, मुझे ये नहीं पता था क्रॉस ट्रेनर यूज कैसे करते हैं. I didn't know कि अगर ट्रेडमिल कर रहे हैं तो a lot of people will say resistance एकदम हाई कर दो, incline कर दो, ये कर दो, वो कर दो. If you think you need help, approach an expert. If you think you don't have that capacity of having an expert, then go थोड़ा सा आराम से. I mean, every gym has general trainers. It's okay, you don't want to pay for a personal training, which is totally fine, but general trainers हर जगह पर है. Go take help. There's no problem in asking. You will look stupid when you end up getting an injury rather than a lot of people think अगर मैंने पूछा तो मेरी बेइज्जती हो जाएगी. It never happens like that. नहीं आता तो नहीं आता. There's no harm in asking and learning.
Yeah. And very good point कि आप एक ही महीने में जो वो होते हैं ना गिमिक्स होते हैं कि एक हफ्ते में 20 किलो वेट लूज करे, बेली फैट कैसे 24 घंटे में लूज करें, ये सब यूट्यूब पे देर आर लेजिट वीडियोस जिनके टाइटल है 24 घंटे में बेली फैट से छुटकारा पाए. और so these are obviously not true. And if somebody is promising you something like that, then you should be alarmed. You should be, cautious.
True.
क्योंकि वो बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं. They're just clickbaits.
When we talk about this, how you mentioned that YouTube पे, I am also myself a YouTuber. But believe me, आजकल problem क्या है ना? If I will tell you that, आप मुझे बोलते हो कि मुझे 10 किलो एक महीने में कम करना है, and I tell you कि नहीं हो सकता एक महीने में 10 किलो because it's not healthy. तो you will think इस कोच को कुछ नहीं आता. Useless coach. वहीं दूसरा कोच आपको बोलता है कि एक महीने में मैम 10 kgs you're going to lose. I see this client of mine, that client of mine. There's a possibility आप lose कर सकते हो. I'm not saying you cannot lose 10 kgs in a month, but it is not healthy. For that you will have to compromise with your own health. And if you're willing to pay that cost, अब कई लोगों को लगता है कि आप जैसे जैसे कम कर दो बाद में मैं मैनेज कर लूंगी. And then आपने एक महीने में उतना वेट लॉस कर लिया and then for next 2 years you're only working on recovering your medical health. How does that make sense to you? Secondly, अभी YouTube पे क्या होता है ना, I mean every YouTuber wants views. Now when you're posting it with the right titles, I mean public doesn't want to view you.
Yeah.
I have definitely, and I'll say मैंने भी कई बारी ऐसा करा है that I will mention that you will lose so and so much of weight, but not because ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, but then I will always give a disclaimer that this is not healthy at all, don't do it. But people want to hear that, कि नहीं 10 किलो एक महीने में हो जाएगा, 5 किलो 10 दिन में हो जाएगा. I mean we have to check, we have to have a reality check for ourselves. कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको फीवर 103, 104 हुआ पड़ा है एंड आपको एक मेडिसिन रेकमेंड की है डॉक्टर ने, लेकिन आप एक ही जगह 4 खाते हो कि बस मेरा फीवर 1 घंटे में उतर जाए. आई डोंट वांट कि 4 दिन जो वो लेता है उतना ना लगे और 1 घंटे में उतर जाए. इट विल नेवर हैपन लाइक दैट. सो लाइकवाइज फिटनेस इज नॉट समथिंग दैट यू वांट टू डू बिकॉज आपने एक महीने की जिम की मेंबरशिप पे करी है या एक महीने बाद बहन की शादी है या ब्रदर की शादी है. दिस इज समथिंग दैट हैज टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफस्टाइल ईच एंड एवरी डे.
Yeah, and you are giving your body a big shock by doing that, which is absolutely not healthy like you mentioned. और दूसरी चीज ये ना 3 AM सर्चेज है जब आपको नींद नहीं आ रही है एंड यू आर क्यूरियस कि वो पेट में निकला हुआ है तो एक हफ्ते में बेली फैट कैसे लूज करें. बिकॉज द सीरियस पीपल और द सीरियस फिटनेस एंथुजियास्ट हु आर एब्सोल्युटली टेकिंग देयर फिटनेस सीरियसली और टेकिंग देयर हेल्थ सीरियसली, they wouldn't do this. वो रात के 3 बजे 2 बजे सर्च नहीं करेंगे. They would call up a nutritionist or call up a trainer and
Exactly.
during the day and plan their things out for
True.
the week, for the month, or maybe the next 6 months.
Exactly, rightly said.
एंड लाइक यू सेड कि एक रूटीन में होना चाहिए. तो जैसे हम खाते हैं, हम ऑफिस जाते हैं, हम probably सुबह उठ के चाय पीते हैं.
True.
Why not make fitness a part of your routine?
Exactly, like yeah, for example, at your office, you have a conference at 4 p.m. You will not tell them कि आज ना आज मेरा मन नहीं है या फिर आज मेरा फलान कोई some guests are coming over, let's postpone this. In the similar manner, if it is your workout time, why would you do it for the sake of आज कहीं घूमने जाना था, आज यहीं कहीं करना था? And when somebody is giving me these kind of excuses कि अभी ये आ गया, so pausing for 15 days, 15 दिन बाद start करेंगे. Believe me, I've spoken to so many people who today told me कि currently I'm not free, or I was just inquiring like that, but because अभी ये festival आ रहा है, शादी आ रही है, I'll do it. These people, after 2 years, I'm talking about 2 long years, 1 long year, or after 6 months, they come back to me कि अभी ये मेडिकल प्रॉब्लम हो गया, अभी वेट इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ गया, इसके करके नीज खराब हो रहे हैं, इसके करके women saying periods impact हो रहे हैं, or I want this, or I want that. Now please help me. Why did you wait for 6 months for your body to further get worse? Right? Because I mean, like I said, fitness is not कि क्योंकि बस ये आने वाला है इसलिए मुझे करना है. You should do it. If you are doing a job because you must do a job to earn money, or you are eating food because you are hungry, similarly you must exercise because you have to take care of your health.
Yeah. आप अपनी गाड़ी शायद हफ्ते में 1 बार यूज कर रहे हो, आप अपना फोन शायद दिन में 6 बार यूज कर रहे हो, 24 घंटे नहीं यूज कर रहे हो, 8 घंटे सो भी रहे हो, बट आप अपनी बॉडी को 24 घंटे यूज कर रहे हो.
Exactly.
So you should be, you making it like a temple. You should be keeping it all healthy and fit, and आपकी सबसे बड़ी इन्वेस्टमेंट इज योरसेल्फ.
Exactly.
और उसी पे हम सबसे ज्यादा लैक करते हैं, उसी पे हम सबसे ज्यादा आलस मचाते हैं.
Right.
So
right.
that is something that
exactly. So like for example, you have a house. You will like to take care of it because the place you live in. तो आप ऐसा नहीं करोगे कि उसमें गंद मचाते जा रहे हो, नॉट क्लीनिंग इट, यू नॉट टेकिंग केयर ऑफ. या हम लोग खुद से सफाई करते हैं. ईच एंड एवरी डे वी हैव अ रूटीन टू क्लीन आवर हाउस. सो दिस इज द हाउस वी आर लिविंग इन एवरी सिंगल डे फ्रॉम द टाइम we were born till the time we are going to be there. You're going to live in this house, so how can you not be taking care of it?
What an analogy. Yeah, I think it is even more important than your house. You might shift your house, but you're never going to shift your body.
Exactly, yes.
तो अब हम इतनी फिटनेस की बात कर रहे हैं, एंड सप्लीमेंट्स आर अ क्रूशियल पार्ट ऑफ फिटनेस. व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से अबाउट टेकिंग सप्लीमेंट्स? डू यू थिंक सप्लीमेंट्स लेना ज़रूरी है या नहीं है? What are the top 3 supplements that you took?
All right. So the moment I started my powerlifting journey, Steadfast is what I came across, to be very honest. Because I'm a nutrition coach as well, and I am a fitness coach as well, I feel it is very, very important to ensure that your nutrition is good. You could be exercising, you could be doing anything in this entire planet, but if your nutrition is not on point, you will not be able to achieve the goals. Even if you're able to, you will not be able to sustain it. Now, it is not possible that the required nutrition can be 100% achieved with what you eat. Though, of course, I mean, it's not that it's impossible, but if you can't be eating so much. I mean, if I have to have my protein goal to be met, I can't be eating, I will have to literally eat like, let's say, like an elephant in that case, and that's not possible.
Yeah.
And protein is going to be extremely important these days. If you see, problem is not that people are consuming protein extra, but people are protein deficient. And if you talk about protein is like the building block of your body. A lot of people get scared कि बहुत सारे घरों में ऐसा होता है कि अगर अंडा खाना है तो 1 अंडा खाओ, 2 खाओगे गर्म हो जाएगा, एंड कईयों को प्रॉब्लम हो भी जाती है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि दैट्स नॉट देयर, बट अगर आप प्रोटीन, नाउ दैट्स वेयर द प्रोटीन कम्स. बट आई ऑल्सो बिलीव दैट अगर आप प्रोटीन कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, सप्लीमेंट्स कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, द क्वालिटी हैज टू बी गुड. इफ यू वांट टू इन्वेस्ट योर टाइम while you're consuming protein supplements, you must invest your time in checking the reports, the lab reports of the nutrition company, the supplementation company. I personally started, so the moment I started powerlifting, that's when I came across Steadfast. And उस time से लेके till date, I have only and only been consuming Steadfast. And why? Not because कि मेरी कोई अपनी personal एक attachment है products के साथ. I want to be very very genuinely frank here because I know they are lab verified. And मैंने खुद से properly सब चीज़ें verify करी. I tested on myself. It's been very very long time that I've been consuming only Steadfast. I have always had my medical test on time. Like every 3 months, I get my medical test done. All my reports, touch wood, have always been on point. कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ यूरिक एसिड बढ़ा हुआ है, कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि कोई ना कोई complications आई हैं. Never ever. And yes, you have to have the right knowledge of taking the supplements as well. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी कई लोग क्या गलती करते हैं, they start खाना नहीं खाते हैं, प्रोटीन शेक पी लेते हैं. Now that's where you're doing some kind of a mistake. क्योंकि so in short, you need an expert. If you do not have an expert, reach out a dietitian, a nutritionist, or whosoever you believe can help you with it. You need to have the right idea of how to consume it, and quality is very very important.
Okay, so what would you say then are your top 3 supplements?
My top 3 supplements are all from Steadfast. Ever since I started, like majorly, all those major years, I've been taking protein supplements from Steadfast. So my first one definitely is protein from Steadfast. Second one I regularly consume is Colestead from Steadfast. I also consume apple cider vinegar from Steadfast. Helps me enhance my metabolism. Colestead helps me take care of my skin, my joints, my nails, everything. If you are working hard on your fitness, you also, nobody wants to be fit but without hair on the head or with the bad skin or brittle nails.
Yeah.
So when you talk about fitness is just not being at a certain kind of a body fat percentage, but it's how you look in terms of your hair quality, your skin quality, everything, your nail quality. Like if you notice or anybody, if you come across people who are struggling with medical issues, they will 100% have hair fall issues, bad skin or brittle nails. All of these are indicators that there is some problem with your nutrition.
Right.
So it's not that because I can lift 125 kgs in the gym, I am fit. It is also how other parameters of my body are keeping up. Am I able to sleep well? Am I able to have good energy levels throughout the day? So that's where the nutrition, when I'm talking about the protein that I take from Steadfast, or I talk about Colestead that I consume for my skin, overall how my skin appears, or if I talk about apple cider vinegar, so from metabolism to collagen to overall energy levels and my recovery of the body via protein is what I have always ensured to consume every single day to ensure that my overall all parameters are on point.
So you've been associated with Steadfast since 2017.
Yes.
And you were one of the earliest athletes, I came to know about this, that you were one of the earliest athletes to be associated with Steadfast.
That's correct, yes.
So how is it for you? Like what is the journey being associated with Steadfast like for you?
So, one memory that I have when I got associated is, so when I was approached to be an athlete for Steadfast, I was clearly told that you try these products first. So I was not told that they want, that Steadfast wants to have me as an athlete. I was just extended, I was just told that why don't you try these proteins and give your feedback?
Yeah.
We're also going to send you the lab report with it. Why don't you just try it for yourself? And I tried it. And उस टाइम पे तो आई थिंक मुझे इतना नॉलेज भी नहीं था कि what a good protein is, what a good supplement is. And I tried and I felt that after my gym session, उससे पहले I was consuming some other protein. And to be honest, वो protein consume करके ना मुझे ठीक लगता था. Like ऐसा नहीं था कि I was not feeling good. But हाँ, मैं ये बोलूँगी कि मैं suddenly recovered feel करती थी. I could sleep better. I was able to digest it because major protein से साथ problem ही ये है that even though you consume it, but you're not able to digest it nicely. You could have bloating, flatulence could be there. But when I consume this specific protein, protein from Steadfast, I felt like मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगा कि I was having any kind of bloating, flatulence, कुछ भी नहीं. And I did feel a lot of difference in my recovery. That's when my lifting also started getting better. And while I was preparing for my international competition also that time, so my recovery got much, much better. And over these years, the best thing is that, you know, Steadfast has always invested efforts in improving the protein and introducing new kind of supplements all the time. So as an athlete, sometimes you might get injured, sometimes you're overly fatigued, you might have some pain. So if you talk about they have they have products to help you get rid of that pain, you want to work upon your recovery, you want to gain mass, because not everybody wants to lose weight, somebody wants to gain weight as well. Then you want to, you know, recover well. You want to have a pre-workout, everything. So any product that I could think of, Steadfast had in its kitty. And if not, you would soon get to know that next 2 months or 3 months, they are launching that kind of a product. So yes, my journey with Steadfast has been very, very smooth. And I don't want to be favorable here saying, you know, they're the best, they're this, they're that. I've experienced it. As an athlete, you do need support with your nutrition. You do need to have the right nutrition. You don't have time for experimentation कि आज ये try करते हैं, कल वो try करते हैं. I was satisfied and I never ever wasted my time in finding out कि भाई और क्या मुझे better मिल सकता है, because I was getting the best from here.
So how do you then differentiate Steadfast from other brands?
सबसे पहले तो let's talk about the sachets that come from Steadfast. Before I used to take Steadfast ka protein, I used to take some XYZ protein. I don't want to take the name. But the problem was ki either you carry a big dabba with yourself,
Absolutely.
or you take out a scoop and carry it in a cup. Abhi kei bari you are in a rush and you forget to take out that scoop and keep in the cup, right? So wo bahut bada issue tha. Now what literally happens is ki even if I'm traveling, or maybe, you know, I have a long day, I'd simply carry a sachet with myself. It's very, very handy. So सबसे अच्छी चीज़ तो more than recovery or, you know, how is it helpful, the best part is that it is very, very handy. I can carry it anywhere I wish to. Even while I'm traveling internationally, I don't have to literally carry a dabba with myself because of the weight issues.
Yeah.
I can literally carry a few sachets. I'm out for 10 days. I can carry 10, 15 sachets, whatever is my requirement. So that is like the best thing. Secondly, जो time to time, like I said, mentioned before as well, कि time to time Steadfast invests all its energy in developing the product well. By chance you have certain issue, like अगर मुझे कभी किसी product में लगा, you know, I'll not call it an issue, but I feel कि इस product में ये चीज़ और better हो सकती है. That feedback is really valued. It doesn't go wasted कि आपने कुछ बोला कि, you know, ये better हो सकता है. That feedback is valued and that shows in the upcoming products. So that's been a very, very comfortable spot for me. So जैसे बोलते हैं ना, exercising is 30%, 70% is nutrition. तो आपका 70% अगर problem sorted out है, you just have to focus on the remaining 30%. So all that work, all that mess of taking out time कि nutrition plan करना है, that has always been sorted. And I'll definitely say, being always occupied with so many things, having very less time on hand, this has been a very big support system for me.
So another thing that comes to my mind is Steadfast is a brand that values discipline a lot, and it values quality, it values, you know, transparency with its products. How do you say all these values align with your own style of, let's say, coaching or training?
See, one thing is that you're working on your own goals. So you understand your body very well. So it is simple that this is my goal. I have to achieve it via this method. But when I'm working on you or anybody else,
Right.
is the second person. You don't literally know their body internally. How is their medically or how is their system inside. It takes time. You have to really invest your skills in understanding the other person's body and then aligning your way of coaching with their goals, right? Again, it requires a lot of concentration, it requires a lot of discipline, and you might be doing the best, but maybe the client have a little different vision and can give you a feedback to which you should be able to align your coaching method again. In the similar manner, like I said, you know, you pass on any kind of feedback that this can get better, they work upon that enhancement. In the similar manner, whenever a client has approached to me, you know, that we are doing well, but this is more that I seek from it. So I always try to align my coaching method accordingly. and discipline of ensuring the quality. You know, a lot of brands, the problem with a lot of brands is that initially they will serve you the best, but as the time goes on, they start compromising on the quality just to be approachable by the mass so that everybody can afford it. A lot of brands do a lot of mixing and, you know, start compromising on the quality.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that I've seen very consistent with Steadfast, that whatever the competitor is doing or however they are just trying to reach the mass, I have never seen Steadfast compromising with quality for any XYZ reason ever. And from the day one I ever consumed their protein till today, 7-8 years later, I feel the taste or the feel of consuming or the later effects of consuming have only improved. They have never, you know, gone bad.
Okay. And what would you say about the community that Steadfast has built of athletes around? So how does this community help you?
Now, the best part when we talk about the Steadfast community or athlete community is most of the brands that I ever, so as an athlete myself, I've always been approached by a lot of brands.
Absolutely.
But very, I mean, I'll not say like always it was like that, because I always initially saw that only the, the athletes that were competing in the physique category or all of those categories who were in bodybuilding were the ones every brand wanted to have as their athlete on board. People from powerlifting, people from cycling background, or any sport you talk about, any XYZ sport that you can think of, Steadfast has athletes from all of these fields. I mean, that's really good, because I am already in a community of powerlifting athletes, right? I'm already being motivated with whatever they do because I compete with them, I'm training with them. But the good part here is that you have athletes from different backgrounds, from different sports. So you get to learn a lot from their experience. And every sport has a different kind of discipline that's required.
Right.
Has a different kind of skill that is required. Somebody is very good with stamina, somebody is very good with strength, some sports require a lot of concentration. Some sports require that you have to be steady, consistent, slow. And some sports are like this, you have to perform like within a blink of an eye. So different kind of experiences. So this community has always made me curious to develop all those skills in myself also, and which has further upskilled my game, has also made me more knowledgeable as a coach when I'm training a client.
Right.
So if I look back 10 years back while I was training someone and now when I train someone, there's a lot of difference in my knowledge as well, a lot of difference in my method as well. I feel I'm much better today because of the multiple field experiences that I'm able to withdraw from all this, the Steadfast athlete community who are coming from different kind of sports.
Right. I think, as they say, you are the average of 5 people around you. So if you are surrounding yourself with all the achievers, champions from different fields, there's so much to learn from the diverse background from which they come from.
Exactly.
And the different sports like you mentioned. So there are some sports that require you to be very fast with your reflexes.
Exactly.
But then there are some sports that just require you to be focused for a longer time sitting in a place.
Yes.
For example, let's say chess.
Yeah, your concentration is
very important. You don't need a lot of reflexes with that, but you need a lot of focus to be able to sit in a place and concentrate without getting distracted.
Right.
So there's so much to learn from this community, and we are so glad to have you here with us in this community of athletes.
Thank you
and
so
achievers, obviously.
Thank you so much.
So now that we're talking about supplements so much, there's a lot of skepticism around supplements. और लोग बहुत hesitant होते हैं supplements लेने के पहले. So what do you have to say to people जो comfortable feel नहीं करते हैं to take supplements? It can be usual fitness enthusiasts also जो gym जा रहे हैं. मैं high level athletes की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ because वो तो anyway लेते ही हैं. But fitness enthusiasts जो अपनी gym journey start कर रहे हैं और maybe are beginners to some sort of a sport. What would you say to them?
I would like to recommend, see, जैसे हम लोग को डर लगता है कि अगर हम लोग supplement लेंगे तो body में कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. उसी तरीके से ये इम्पॉर्टेंट है समझना कि अगर आप अपनी न्यूट्रिशनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स को फुलफिल नहीं कर रहे हो तो भी आपकी बॉडी में प्रॉब्लम्स होने वाली है. नाउ लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपको डायबिटीज़ है, आपको हाइपरटेंशन है, एनी एक्सवाईजेड प्रॉब्लम है, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू मैनेज इट. तो उसके लिए मेडिकेशन लेना जैसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है. अब उस केस में हम लोग क्या कोशिश करते हैं कि हम एक अच्छे डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं या अच्छी दवाई लेते हैं, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट वी डू. Similarly, when you're consuming a protein is for your benefit for sure, because it can take care of the nutritional deficiencies that can cause a lot other problems in your body.
Right.
But the only thing that you can do is to ensure कि आप जिस भी कंपनी का प्रोटीन कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, it should be of good quality. Sometimes हम लोग रेट कंपैरिजन में लग जाते हैं. We are willing to compromise certain factors just to make it more affordable. Like for example, अगर आपको अपने फेस पे कोई क्रीम अप्लाई करनी होती है, you don't compromise कि
Right.
मुझे 100 रुपीज के अंदर ही लेनी है, चाहे जैसी मर्जी क्वालिटी हो. You want the best. Similarly, if you want to wear some kind of a cloth, you want to look your best, you don't compromise. Similarly, it is about the nutrition as well. अगर आप मार्केट में जाकर के कुछ भी नहीं, अगर टमाटर ही खरीद रहे हो तो आप खराब टमाटर नहीं खरीदोगे. You want the best टमाटर, right? Similarly, जब आप प्रोटीन भी ले रहे हो, प्रोटीन कंज्यूम करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. It has to be good quality. Secondly, how much are you consuming? Now, when I say how much, comes to your food also. Maybe let's say there is an XYZ healthy food, but आप उस healthy food को भी इतना over consume कर लो, like you were supposed to eat, let's say 150 grams and you end up eating 500 grams of it.
Right.
You will have a stomach ache, you'll not be able to digest it. In the similar manner, protein जो है, how much is your requirement? Like, are you somebody who's working out? What level are you working out at? How active are you? Will decide how much consumption you must be doing. What is the protein requirement of the body? How much are you meeting with the help of your normal ghar ka khana or whatever food you're eating? And how much is remaining that you should be meeting with the help of the supplement? So there are factors that you need to take care of. अगर आप इन factors का take care कर सकते हो, there's no problem in consuming a protein. But I'll again repeat, the quality has to be good.
Right. So then what are the factors? How do you choose the right supplement for your body?
See, in my case, I've also always ensured that I should be able to digest it well. Because, just to take care of my protein requirement, I would not like to compromise with my digestive system. I am consuming something because somebody said, कि बहुत अच्छा है, but my body is not able to digest it. मुझे बाद में let's say flatulence होती है, बहुत ज़्यादा stomach ache होता है, और one very weird factor is also that you become gassy if you're not able to digest the protein well. So ये सारे factors मेरे लिए बहुत important है, which do, and मैंने so Steadfast से पहले मैंने बहुत type के proteins try करे हुए हैं. Not I'll say कि experiment करें, but उस time पे I was young, तो कुछ अगर मेरे बजट में फिट कर रहा है तो यूज कर लिया, या जिम गए तो ट्रेनर ने रेकमेंड करा इसलिए कर लिया, या कोई साथ में वर्कआउट करता है उसने बोला कि मैं लेता हूँ या लेती हूँ तो कर लिया. I was not aware of how to ensure I never focused on finding out the quality or the lab test done. मुझे मैटर नहीं करता था क्योंकि मुझे पता ही नहीं था. Now when I know, I ensure that I do check the lab report, the quality of the protein that I am consuming. And मैंने देखा है अगर आप इन factors का ध्यान देते हो तो you will see good proteins, आप उनको digest भी आसानी से कर पाते हो.
Right. I think all these factors they ensure, क्योंकि सबकी body अलग है. What suits me might not suit you.
Exactly.
What suits you might not suit a third person.
Exactly.
और सबकी body अलग तरीके से react भी करती है.
True.
And when it comes to nutrition or supplement, you don't want to compromise because these things have a long-term impact on your body.
Definitely.
So having to, ensure that you check the lab reports is so important at this point, because everything that you eat or put into your body is going to be visible in your performance.
Exactly.
On your external, body surface also.
True.
Because I've seen a case with an influencer, I don't want to name, but after consuming protein, her skin started reacting and she, underwent a severe case of acne.
Yes, that's a very, very common problem. Yes.
And I wasn't aware of it, but I think that is something that you were not able to digest to the right potential.
Correct.
And that is how it reacted with your digestive
Correct.
system and, came out in that way.
Exactly.
So you should be very sure. You shouldn't come into this, vicious cycle of going for a cheaper thing, because
exactly.
raw material itna महंगा है, and we all know that.
True.
For making supplements. So companies, without taking any name, brands are now doing adulteration.
Just so that they can reach the mass and
Absolutely.
they can capture the market. And so again, वो compromise अगर, I mean, there are a lot of places in your life where you can compromise, but when it comes to something that's going to go inside your body that you're going to consume, should be the last thing that you compromise on.
Yeah. And nothing to be compromised on, and be very careful, go through the lab reports, understand your own body.
Exactly.
These are some things that you should keep in mind, right?
Definitely, definitely. As important as if you're consuming a medication, you're not going to simply just go tell, medical store वाला भैया कि भाई सिर दर्द हो रहा है, जो सबसे सस्ती दवाई है वो दे दो. You don't do that.
Yeah. And अभी तो इतनी awareness है that if doctor writes a certain medication, आप Google पे जाते हो to check
You
the
check,
usage.
yes, yes.
And why not with your supplements? They're going to
Exactly.
be, benefiting you. They're going to be impacting you. So be extra careful when it comes to that.
Exactly. Very rightly said.
Right. So, Harneet, you're also a trainer and you train around 70 people online in your group coaching class. So, what is the ratio of the clients? And the second question is, how do you ensure that your clients stay motivated through the online setup?
Right. So yes, biggest challenge initially when I started was that will I be like people asking me, is it equally motivating to join online or will I end up wasting my money? How does it work? So first of all, let's talk about the ratio. So ever since I started my online thing, I was only working with the women client. To be honest, because I'm a mother to a toddler. Women tend to understand, the similar thing because there are instances where I might have an emergency and my little one might come in, I might have to attend. But the best part has always been because I'm usually training postpartum mothers, I'm usually training women who have kids, most of them have it. They've always understood it because the first thing that I mentioned to all these mothers who are joining my classes, उनका एक ही problem होता है कि my little one is small and I don't know मुझे workout करने भी देगा कि नहीं. They keep playing around and stuff. And I told them कि do not worry, bring them to the class. Let them play anyhow, you are on mute. It doesn't disturb me. But rather than not working out at all, doing nothing at all, it's better कि अगर आप थोड़ा-थोड़ा भी बीच में कर पा रहे हो, you will. And second thing, what I saw with my little one was, now he knows everything about exercising. He's just 3.5 years old. You tell him to do burpees, push-ups, anything and everything. He knows everything.
Wow, champion in the making.
Yeah, so because he sees that I am working out, now he understands that to work out is a part of a daily routine. You have to work out. You have to exercise. So now he doesn't think कि मम्मा पता नहीं क्या कर रही हैं or she's not giving me time. He enjoys while I am working out. So that way, I feel all these women, when they have their little ones looking at their mothers who are working out, you are teaching them something. You're teaching them a very good habit. Now, also the very important factor is that how do you keep them motivated? A very bad culture, I'll say, in the industry is that when you've taken your clients' money, you do not follow them up or you don't care they're coming to the class or not. आपके पास आपका पैसा आ गया है, so that's it. For me to ensure that I'm doing well, business point of view, I do need their renewals. And otherwise, as a coach, to ensure that I am a good coach, I need to deliver them results. So I have a very, you can call it a good habit or a bad habit for few, that if my clients are not even in a group setup, even if anybody has not come to my class, there and then I ping them. But you're not there in the class, join soon. So most of my clients tell me after the class, if I wouldn't have got this text from you, maybe I would have skipped because I didn't feel like working out today. I had a late night or I couldn't sleep because my kid did not let me sleep or any XYZ reason. But just because you messaged me, I was there in the class. So, and I do not do this one day. If you're not there for 4 days or I never say that, if you're not in the class in the first 5 minutes, I will block the entry or do not disturb the class. I tell them even if you're able to work out for 10 minutes, come. Those 10 minutes are far better than not doing anything at all.
Right.
So this community kept building up and now I have people, who want to come to the class because they're seeing changes in their energy levels and their strength and their stamina. And first of all, they're comfortable because they feel everybody around them. It's like more of a community built up that has happened. They know even if their kid is coming to the class, they can still work out. The coach is not getting disturbed. Right? I have made them so comfortable that I'm damn sure that if any other coach also reaches out to them, they will not have that comfort. And that comfort, that motivation, those follow-ups. So that's not one day follow-up. If I see that you were not very energetic in my class, I will ensure to text you, find out what has been the reason. Were you not feeling well? Now, women obviously have those monthly cycles and problems as well. And again, one myth is there that, you know, if you have your periods, you should not work out. This myth I've tried to bust in my classes as well. I tell them you should work out. It's going to rather help ease out your monthly cycle pains rather than not doing anything at all. Just go easy. Do whatever you're comfortable doing, but at least move your body. Because, you know, if this way you see, then 4 to 5 days you're not working out because you have your cycles. Then Sundays you're not working out because you know, you do need, then one of those days in the week you want to take a rest as well. So this way if you see, तो आप महीने में भी 10-12 days you're not, or 15 days you're not working out only. So the reason to not work out are multiple, but to work out every day, there will only be one reason that they have to discover, and I try to be that single reason for them.
That's so inspiring, honestly. So what would you say is the one thing that beginners make, the one mistake that beginners make when they start their fitness journey? It can be anyone.
First of all, they try to do too much.
Okay.
If your coach is telling you that, you know, take it easy, this happens in my classes as well.
Happened with me too.
So yeah, you know, we are over enthusiastic and we feel I've already wasted a lot of time. Let me do the best now.
Yes.
I mean, you have to do the best, but we have to take it slow. You can't make a chapati by simply switching on the gas.
Right.
You have to you have to make the right dough. Then you have to, you know, properly usko aap beloge and then you put it on for cooking. So similar manner, I keep telling, so people who come for trials or who are working out with me for the first time, throughout the session, I keep telling them, take it easy. Even if I am motivating you or others, you take it easy, you take it easy. Because आप आज इतना overdo करोगे that tomorrow you're going to be super sore. Another biggest problem that beginners do is that आप चाहे आपने कम करा ज़्यादा करा, you're going to be sore. That's the process how it works. And first week you're going to be sore, right? And most of the people tend to stop there because I have soreness. Now, whenever after a month, 15 days, 20 days, 2 months later, you're going to start, this whole process has to repeat again.
Right.
So why not, once you have already been a part of the process, wo soreness shuru ho hi gayi hai, just eat well, rest well, drink enough water. This is going to be there for about a week, for someone 2 weeks, for someone 2 days. It is a part of the process, accept it, go slow. Don't be too overambitious to do something and achieve something within a span of 24 hours. वही 10 किलो एक महीने में कम करने वाला ambition is not going to work.
Right. No, absolutely noting down all the important points, because I tend to do this. I have been skipping the gym for the past 5 months, not very proud of it. But you know, one thing comes, then Diwali came, then New Year came, and now we are sitting here, and it's been already 5 months. So when I initially joined the gym, it was like that only, ki jaldi kam time mein zyada results. But with, you know, time, I realized that I have to be consistent, and being consistent is more important because the results will build up.
Exactly.
But getting yourself injured unnecessarily, you know, pushing your limits unnecessarily is not going to help.
Right. You injure and you have a break of 1 year.
Yeah.
That's not going to help. Rather would be do thoda karke and be there. Maybe instead of 1 month, you will be there in 2 months or maybe in 6 months.
Yeah.
But rather than having a long break of 1 year and then feeling lost in the journey is not going to help.
And sometimes the injuries are also, they do not recover at all.
True. They're lifelong injuries in that case.
And that is, you know, something to be kept in mind also before going crazy in the gym.
Right. Right.
So you're a mom now, Harneet, and after delivering your baby, you lost 23 kgs in 3 months.
Yes.
And जो new moms होती हैं, they struggle a lot with weight gain and also with mental health.
Right.
So how did you, you know, tackle both these problems? How did you lose weight? And how did you also tackle the problem of the postpartum depression that happened? What was your exact approach?
So first of all, yes, you know, I think it's with all of us. If you do not see yourself in shape, you're not very confident. Even if you're confident, I feel if you were in shape, you could be much, much more confident. That happens with me. So if I don't see my picture coming well, I feel really bad about it, you know, that, and I always kept comparing, ki I used to be this fit. And not just in terms of how you look, for sure when you're gaining weight, your stamina, your strength, everything goes for a toss, you know. 3 stairs you climb up and you're breathless. or you have to pick up something, you have that backache. And specifically during pregnancy, I mean post pregnancy, if we talk after delivery, you have to really lift the baby a lot, you know, feeding or changing diapers or whatever. You have to lift your baby a lot. And because of that kind of a posture, like I am a coach, I knew everything about postures, I knew everything, but I still had a major back problems because of holding the baby regularly and everything. Now, the bad shape, these all pains, not getting enough sleep, everything was making me miserable. I thought, you know, for once I thought, is this what my life is going to be going forward from here? And is this what I have to accept? And on the other hand, when I used to think कि जब से baby हुआ है तब से ये हुआ है, I used to feel very bad क्योंकि I mean that baby is very dear to me. I can't consider him as a villain कि भाई जब से baby हुआ तब से ऐसा हुआ. So I rather took it in a different stride. I mean, that's how my way of approaching to all the setbacks in my life has been. Do something about it or don't otherwise crib about it. Cribbing is not going to help. Maybe, you know, you might hear my cribbing for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, you will say, you know, I have enough on my plate. I don't have time. And it happens everywhere. We'll be wrong to think कि हम crib कर रहे हैं और कोई बहुत आराम से सुन रहा है. Nobody is interested in your cribbing, to be very honest. It only demotivates them or makes them vulnerable too. So I wanted to take an action about it. And what I did, I started doing simple steps. I started exercising. So whenever my younger one, my little one was sleeping, I would exercise. And to be very honest, I was doing it in the closed doors because I did not wanted my family to see it. You know, because होता है कि when you have a little one, तो you will always get कि नहीं अभी इतना ज़्यादा नहीं करो. You're feeding the baby, इतना ज़्यादा अपना weight loss नहीं करो, ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा. और a lot of ये भी एक गलती होती है कि because little one है, you're feeding, तो आप थोड़ी थोड़ी देर में खाते रहते हो thinking, you know, कि you need this food because you have to feed the little one. I feel that's not true. You need to meet your nutritional requirement. You need to eat right. Gaining fat and meeting your nutritional requirements so that you can feed the little one well are two very different things. हम लोग गलती क्या करते हैं? We are eating all those laddus and ghee and stuff and we are justifying क्योंकि I am a breastfeeding mother, so I need this food. That's not right. Fat body में accumulate करना और right nutrition lena are two very, very different things.
Well said.
Very different things. A lot of clients that I come across are usually telling me कि because I'm a breastfeeding mother, that is why मेरा weight बढ़ा हुआ है. I have been there. I have lived those moments. But eating the right nutrition is important even for your little one. You know, you want to pass on right nutrition, not the fat. And take smaller steps. तो मैंने ये नहीं सोचा, you know, I'm going to work out 2 hours and I'm going to get rid of this weight. मुझे जब भी, like my little one used to sleep very छोटा थोड़ा, like you know, half an hour में he'll wake up. And in that 30 minutes ऐसा तो नहीं होता कि आप फटाफट मैट निकाल के वर्कआउट करने लग जाओगे. You have lot of other things with the little one, diaper change, bottle wash, this, that, a lot of things happening. So even if I was getting 10 minutes, I used to work out. I used to ensure कि मैं कम से कम नहीं तो 30-40 minutes का chai and breaks या at one go, I will work out. First of all, that was helping me ease out my body pains. I started whatever sleep I was getting, even if बहुत like बीच में disturbed sleep होती थी, but मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा था, जब भी मैं सो रही थी, I used to sleep. I used to have a deep sleep. So I was recovering better. Now when I started getting better sleep, when I started feeling my body free of aches, I was getting more and more motivated, and with the right nutrition, I was able to lose 23 kgs in 3 months' time. Can that happen for everyone? I will not say like हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता. What difference here is I've been an athlete all through my life, so my metabolism is good. But हो सकता है आपके केस में 23 kgs एकदम से ना हो, but even if you're losing those 10 kgs, 12 kgs, 5 kgs, let's say whatever weight loss, it's only going to help you and make you more confident and feel better. Just how, you know, अगर एक fan की motor है, so it is supposed to support a certain कुछ जो भी उसका watt है वो एक certain fan को support कर सकता है. You think you see same motor पे आप double watt वाला पंखा लगा दो, it will work in the similar manner, it will not. So similarly your body has an ideal weight. आप उतने पे रहोगे तो you are overall going to feel better. जब आप अपने heart पे, अपनी body पे load बढ़ा देते हो, your kidney, your back, sorry, your knees, your back, your organs, everything starts getting impacted.
Right, and everybody's journey is going to be different because everybody's body reacts to things differently.
Exactly.
हर किसी का मेटाबॉलिज्म अलग है, हर
Right.
किसी की ईटिंग हैबिट्स अलग है, हर किसी का चाइल्डहुड अपब्रिंगिंग अलग है.
Right.
So my body might be used to a lot of fat from the very beginning, but
Yes.
maybe not yours.
Right.
और क्या पता मेरे डाइटरी एक्सपीरियंसेस या हैबिट्स फ्रॉम द बिगनिंग are much different to yours.
Exactly.
So
yes.
everybody is going to react in a different way,
Different
and
manner.
everybody's weight loss journey is going to be different.
Very different.
So trying to copy somebody else's journey or
Never
diet
helps.
is not going to help.
You know, for example, somebody going to an office doing a sedentary job. On the other hand, me being a power lifter, my body can digest high carbs as well. But if you have a sedentary lifestyle and you think you're going to eat equal amount of carbs, you're only going to gain fat. So your lifestyle, your activity level, your food habits, like, you know, a Punjabi would have a certain type of food
Right.
habits, a South Indian would have a certain types of food habits. So your plan of action should align with that. That's very important.
Absolutely. And what would you say is the most important advice that you can give to new moms? Because we're talking about now pregnancy. So what would you say कि new moms को ध्यान रखना चाहिए when it comes to fitness?
First of all, don't give up. And I feel, you know, we tend to give up by saying कि, you know, अब मेरे पास time नहीं है, I have a little one, I have to go to office, मेरी नींद तक का भी time नहीं है. Okay, time नहीं है, but if going to office is required, you are going to office, right? If sleeping is important, you are taking out time to sleep. Or for that sake, if going to a parlor is important, you are taking out time to go to a parlor. So in the similar manner, this has to be on your to-do list. This should not be optional. And out of my experience, when you are fit, you are 200% more happier, more confident. While, like, even when you'll talk to people, you know, if they are fit, they have a different level of confidence they carry.
Right.
On the other hand, somebody very talented but has obesity issues, is not very fit, even though this person has much more knowledge than somebody else, but they will always be somewhere a little less confident, and, you know, they're always struggling with some or the other health issues. So they're always trying to resolve something, and when you are you have a lot of problems around, even if it's your medical problem, if it's a stress issue or it's a depression, you tend to lose confidence. So that confidence, to build up that confidence, being fit is very, very important. So my advice to all new mothers is don't give up thinking कि अब तो बच्चा हो गया तो नहीं कर सकते, या I'm a breastfeeding mother तो ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना. You have to take a stand for yourself, and that stand, I think, has to come from yourself, that commitment कि कुछ भी है मैं इतना टाइम तो निकालूंगी करने के लिए.
Right.
Because this postpartum depression, I was able to resolve my postpartum depression when my health was getting better. I started thinking better. My thoughts were more aligned. I was getting better rest. I was feeling pain-free with the fitness routine. And that's how I saw that, you know, slowly, I don't even remember. Then I used to sit back and think कि मुझे आज से 2 महीने पहले क्यों इतनी टेंशन हो रही थी? Why I was so vulnerable? मैं इतना irritate क्यों होती थी? And postpartum depression is just not that you are feeling sad. You start misbehaving, you know? You're fighting around with everyone. You don't want to listen to anyone. Anybody telling you anything, चाहे कोई अच्छा भी बोल रहा है, you think कि मुझे मत सिखाओ, I know everything. You start misbehaving with the most loved ones. जो कुछ महीने पहले तक were the most dear ones, you start kind of hating them. You don't want to talk to them, and you think anything that they're doing for you, they're doing wrong only to you. So it's just not, a postpartum depression doesn't impact just the mother, but it's impacting your whole family or all your loved ones too.
And I'm nobody to be commenting on postpartum depression because I've never been there. But I think a general observation that I made is when you're not feeling good from the inside and you are not feeling good when you see yourself in the mirror, is something that is going to add to the negative feeling that you have. So you're right when you say that when anybody is saying anything to you, you are going to take it in the negative. You're
That's
going to
correct.
take it as a criticism because you're not yourself not confident in who you are
Exactly.
currently in that position. So regulating your body, regulating your emotions becomes all the more important.
True.
And that is why fitness comes into play because
Exactly.
because if you are, going to be stuck in the same dark room and, not circulating yourself, not regulating your emotions, your body, it is going to make it worse.
Exactly. And unknowingly, you are, uh, you are in depression. You need help. But and it's very normal to ask for help. I mean, your loved ones would definitely help you. Like if I have stomach ache, however close you are to me, you might not know about it unless I talk about it. That I have this pain. Kindly help me with medication or support me. In the similar manner, this depression basically you think कि मुझे ये हो रहा है क्या इसको दिख नहीं रहा. It is normal नहीं कि हो सकता है नहीं अगले इंसान को पता चल रहा है. Talk about it. Ask for help. You're feeling overwhelmed with all of these responsibilities that have suddenly come into your life. Ask for help. Take help. And because it's not you are in depression, but why make everybody else's life miserable? Rather take their help in supporting you and you come out of this, because it's not nice to be in that dark room and feel lost somewhere. It is better that you fight it out, you ask for help, and you also brighten up your life, because when you are happy, your loved ones would be happy too.
Also, I think we are missing out on the other perspective. So when a woman comes out of pregnancy, when the woman has delivered, so there are majority of cases that turn into postpartum depression, but because we don't know about it, we are not aware of it.
Correct.
And the people around us are not aware of it.
Correct.
So it becomes all the more important for the family and your spouse to make sure that this is a possibility and this might be going on with her. So let's be extra careful, extra giving, extra caring or nurturing, so that even if something like that is going on, it will help her.
That is
because
true.
it might not be possible for me, if I am going through that phase, to ask for help.
Yes.
But that is where the family comes in.
Exactly. That
So-
is very, very true.
And so it should be a both give and take. If I'm not able to do it or say it, I think the family should be
Exactly.
extra, how do you call it? Extra receptive of.
Yes, yes,
me.
and more, more aware of the fact that even if the other person is not really behaving well, understand that this person has not been like
Right.
this in the past. That something is wrong, and that support is definitely very important.
Right. So family comes into play all the more now. And
Very
with that
true.
added, family member, the family should not keep behind or leave behind the woman of the household and, take extra care, because this is a very high possibility.
Exactly, very true.
What is the one biggest myth about postpartum fitness, Harneet?
Somehow this is put in the head of every new mother or an expectant mother कि because you are going to deliver a baby, your body shape will change and it will be like that. No more your body is going to be same. First of all, I think we women are blessed that our body can adapt to a lot of changes, create a human being. And how it can change to adapt a little human being in your womb, it can even change back to a more fitter you. If I give you an example of myself, before my pregnancy, I used to weigh around 55 kgs and I used to feel very fit. Now, post my pregnancy, after I delivered, after my weight loss, I weigh around 50 kgs. And my energy levels are much better. So it's not that, कि मैंने ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा reduce करा. This is where now, as per today's scenario, today's conditions, I feel very energetic and comfortable around this weight. Now, if I talk today, अब अगर मेरा weight 55 kgs पे जाता तो मुझे लगने लग जाता है यार no, I'm fat. I am not feeling good. वो वाला चीज़ होता है. So first of all, this is wrong to say कि pregnancy के बाद your body can't be how it used to be. I will rather say it can be better than that. Because this is the time when अभी क्या होता है छोटे होते से whatever were your habits, you're building up. But this is your another chance in life. जब आप दोबारा से zero से start करने वाले हो, you've delivered a baby. And I personally believe it is much easier to lose weight post-pregnancy than it is before pregnancy. Why? I'll tell you the reason. First of all, if you are a breastfeeding mother, you're already burning a lot of calories. Unless you're doing useless eating, thinking कि because baby को feed करना है तो खाते जाओ. It is a baby, it's not a monster that you have to keep feeding like. So अगर आपका nutritional intake ठीक है, with whatever is the required diet, उससे भी आपका सब कुछ ठीक रहेगा. Also now, because this is the time when you're totally focused कि मुझे अपना weight loss करना है, so you could be, as a mother, you tend to be much more dedicated. मेरा method of thinking was कि अगर मैं healthy नहीं होंगी, I will not be able to take care of my little one.
Hmm.
So I have to be healthy first in order to ensure that I can take care of him.
Hmm.
My nutrition habits that I have, kind of similar habits my little one has.
Hmm.
So you're more like, reflecting. You're like a
Right.
reflection to them. They are going to do what you do. So if you eat unhealthy, they are going to eat unhealthy too.
Hmm.
So just to, my little one till date has not tasted chocolates, candies, chips, this, that. And he doesn't, even if somebody offers it to him, he literally gives it back because he's never seen me eating it. तो उसको लगता है मम्मी तो खाती नहीं है तो why will I eat it? अच्छी चीज नहीं है. They start thinking like that. So this is biggest myth कि भाई अगर आपने डिलीवर किया है, बेबी डिलीवर किया है तो आप दोबारा कभी उस शेप में नहीं आ सकते. I say you can, and I know hundreds of such women who are in a much better shape what they were pre-pregnancy. You just have to have that discipline. And rather than serving with yourself with excuses that I am breastfeeding, yeah, now we recently, a lot of women I talk to, they say, हाँ, दो मुझे कोई problem नहीं है, मेरा weight ज़्यादा है because I have a kid, मैंने deliver किया है. So what? First 9 months are the easiest to lose your weight because you are breastfeeding, you can burn extra calories. जो कोई और एक्सरसाइज करके कर रहा है वो ऑलरेडी आप ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग करके कर रहे हो. इवन इफ यू नॉट अ ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग मदर, स्टिल देयर आर सो मेनी एक्टिविटीज दैट यू हैव टू डू फॉर द लिटिल वन. डाइपर चेंज, बेदिंग, टेकिंग केयर, स्ट्रोलिंग विद देम, उनको खिला रहे हो, नहला रहे हो. यू आर डूइंग सो मेनी एक्टिविटीज. यू हैव 100 मोर एक्टिविटीज टू डू देन व्हाट यू वर डूइंग बिफोर यू हैड अ बेबी. So there are 100 times more calories you could be burning.
Right. So how has your journey changed after you became a mother? How has your fitness journey specifically? How did you start training differently after becoming a mother?
So first of all, while I had postpartum, so I used to think, कि अब तो I can't go to the gym because little one is there. तो उसको छोड़ के कैसे जाऊँगी? There's no way I can work out now. But when I was in a better frame of mind, I thought कि ठीक है अगर जिम नहीं जा सकते, let's start working out at home. I started working and I used to initially think कि मुझे इतनी heavy weight lift करने की आदत है. How will I train without weights? हो ही नहीं सकता workout, मेरी body को कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा. But because there was this long gap of good few months where I was not lifting those kind of heavy weights, my body can now train. थोड़े weight के साथ भी उसको फर्क पड़ेगा. Just to give you an example, like let's say I am 50 kgs. Even if I'm doing a push-up, I'm already lifting 50 kgs of weight.
Right.
I'm doing a squat, I'm lifting 50 kgs of weight, right? So I started with home training. I started training myself at home. And मैंने, I lost good 23 kgs. So which I thought, and the best thing was कि मुझे घर से कहीं बाहर नहीं जाना. I don't have to literally check out my fitness wear. जाने से पहले तैयार नहीं होना, spend some time getting ready, then spend some time in traveling to the gym and then do the gym workout. Now if the baby is not sleeping, तैयार होने का time नहीं मिला या फिर gym जाने का time नहीं मिला, so there was no reason to miss my workout. और it was not that कि gym इतने बजे खुलेगा या इतने बजे बंद हो जाएगा, इस time कम rush होगा, इस time ज़्यादा rush होगा. I started training at home. I lost 23 kgs of weight and few of my clients again wanted to start training with me. I started taking online fitness classes. Now I was more confident because simply अगर मैं pregnancy के बाद इतना major weight loss कर सकती हूँ with so many duties on my plate, I restarted with my work as well, my corporate work as well. I was taking care of the baby, I was doing my fitness journey. तो अगर अभी मुझे कोई बोलता था कि I am a new mother और मेरे पास time नहीं है, तो I used to tell them कि you will be in this situation for now many years.
Right.
And every year when your kid is going to grow, your responsibilities are going to grow. So you're going to become more busy only. ऐसे कम busy नहीं होने वाले हो अब आप. So there's no reason. That means would you leave your fitness journey forever in your life? और कई बार ये भी myth होता है कि अभी डिलीवर करा है तो आप वर्कआउट नहीं कर सकते, ये नहीं कर सकते, 1 साल तक वर्कआउट नहीं करो. That's not true. The faster, I mean, yes, there is, अगर आपका C-section हुआ है तो there are certain weeks that you need to put a gap off because you're still healing those stitches. Normal delivery है तो there is some time period कि आप इतने टाइम में शुरू करोगे. But that's even in C-section, that's not more than 3 months. Unless you've been, there are major stitches which are not healing and all, you can always start your workout journey after 3 months of your delivery.
Very insightful for all the new moms who've been struggling to stay in shape. And I'm sure that after watching this podcast, they're going to be, taking longer strides or, longer leaps towards making their life, fitter, making themselves fitter. So very thankful for all the insights. Now let's switch the questionnaire a bit. We are moving on to the rapid fire now.
All
And I
right.
want you to be very quick with your answers. No
Got it.
overthinking, nothing. Just the
Got it.
first word that comes to your mind. So, okay, let's start. Okay, what's your favorite way to reset after a tough day?
I like to work out
Okay.
and watch my favorite Netflix.
Okay. What's your favorite dish to cheat with after, going to a competition?
I always like steamed chicken and chicken breast with mashed potatoes and some chips along with it.
What is the one equipment at the gym that you absolutely hate?
I hate a cross trainer.
Okay. What is the one gym equipment that you absolutely love?
Barbell. You can load as much weight you want on it.
And what is your favorite lift?
Deadlift.
Okay. And what is the one word that you would use to describe your training style?
Consistency.
Okay. Who is the one athlete, dead or alive, that you would want to train with?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Okay. What is your favorite supplement?
Herb fast protein from Steadfast.
What is the one thing in your diet that you cannot miss?
Overnight oats. I love them.
Okay, that wraps up the rapid fire. Now we are on to the last question. What is the one advice that you would give to anyone out there, be it a male or a female, who's watching this podcast when it comes to fitness?
It's never too late to start, but it is very important to start.
Very, very well said. कभी भी late नहीं हुआ है. You can even start when you're 65, you're 40, you're 15. So there is no
Exactly.
right age or right time. Just get into it and get yourself fit.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Harneet. It was absolutely lovely having you. It was so insightful, and I'm sure that a lot of people, be it females, be it new moms, be it people who are new to the gym, powerlifters, and so many other people who are going to learn from this episode. And I'm eternally thankful for all the, deep insights, all the educational, facts and, experiences that you shared. So thank you so much, and I'll see you around.
Totally my pleasure to be here. And, if somebody gets motivated out of it, I'll feel very blessed.
Thank you.